by the fire came the tale of 5 steadfast adventurers as they explore the mysterious isles of Doctor. Join us on the Swordcast Adventures.
Previously on the Swordcast Adventures, we found ourselves on the deck of the Harp about to enter the veil that surrounds the island of Centaur. Silence has warned us that we may have to face a beast called a Shrike due to the unexpected departure from Moor Beach. Apparently it likes to hunt at this time of day, so lucky us. The waters of the veil became very rough and the path we were taking was very narrow and dangerous. Silence had to navigate through large formations of rock that took precise movements and timing. Then the beast came. It was massive and attacked with a pack of its Periton brethren. Luckily, we were ready for it. The battle was bloody, but we made quick work of them. Grimtuck was able to mount the Shrike with the killing blow and ride it into the water to avoid damaging the ship, though it didn't get through completely unharmed. During the fight, the ship struck a wall of rock that damaged the hull. Silence and her crew were able to keep the ship from taking on too much water, and we were able to clear the veil. As the waters calmed, we were able to see land in the distance. The island of Centaur lay before us. We made it.
So, after a harrowing adventure through the Widow's Veil, as you all survived the attack of the Shrike and took out this monstrous beast, and it's... Sorry, that unicorn is just adorable. I just caught the eye. Please put it on the other side for now. Or just do that. That's fine too.
It's so cute.
Thank
It's
you.
my robot attack unicorn.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a murder corn.
It's a murder corn. But after you all made your
It's a
way
mechanocorn.
through one of the more dangerous points in the oceans of Dakator, you find yourself in the opposite end, traveling around to the southern point of Ostwald, finding this new land you have finally made to after so long. Silence informing you a bit of what is around and what is to come, letting you know that you have officially made it to Centaur, and this is her home. That is where we left off. You see this. You see the port. You're still on the ship. You all stand as the harp pulls into port, and the anchor drops. You hear the hustle and bustle of the crew as they get ready to dock. Small boats readied on the side, and a few barrels thrown over, packs thrown in, and people rushing around. You hear Silence ordering the crew around left and right, making sure everything's, I hate to use the term ship shape, but I will. She kind of looks at you all and
I'll
goes,
allow it.
Thank you.
What smells bad around here? It's that joke. There.
Anyways, Silence kind of looks at you all and goes, if there's anything else you need, grab it now. We're about to disembark and venture into the town. If not,
Gather my things.
you see she disappears for a moment into her quarters, grabs a small pack, and comes back out. As she does notice, she looks over at Elduin standing there bootless and goes, Elduin, you probably should take care of that if you're going anywhere else than just into the
Can
town.
I do an investigation check to see if I can find Elduin's boot?
Sure. 100%.
I want to see. Let's see. 25.
Jesus.
If we wait a day, I
It
can
turns out I've been
locate
hiding it all
options.
night.
He tried to put it on the fucking figure at the front of the ship.
What you didn't notice, initially being that there were a bunch of crates and storage on deck, is as they've been moved off to be brought into town, you noticed a small bit of leather sticking out of the corner.
Yeah, where I hit it.
Where Rain hit it on Elduin during that. That's fine. We'll go with that narrative.
I forgot I put this here.
Yeah. You find the
that
boot
was
that
really
you
messed
hid
up.
I don't remember how I got it off his foot, but
during
She
the...
roped
left
it
it
off.
somewhere.
Sleight of
During
hands
that.
maxed out.
You didn't even need to roll because guys were rolling so hard.
She's in that flow state, man.
Well, I don't see that, I'm sure. But
No. So yeah, Silence goes, you really should take care of that. There's the Quenched Blade is a place of finding
Oh,
armor.
hey, look what I found.
Holy shit.
wait,
Well,
that's
where did
Rain,
you find
what?
that?
Oh, I just saw it out of the corner of my eye.
We've been on this boat for a long
Jeez.
time. You just randomly saw the boot?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking for it.
It's fucking crazy.
that's lovely. May I have it back?
Yeah, it's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Price.
I will put my boot back on.
It really brings the outfit together. It looks
Thank you. I'll straighten my straighten my clothes a little bit.
like I
well,
thought.
then I guess my bit of information may have not fallen on deaf ears, but if you do happen to need anything, the Quench Blade, it's a very good spot. They don't have a lot in the way of exotic things, but certainly if there's anything you need to prepare yourself for a long journey, they are quite a good respite when it comes to weapons and armor.
Are we gonna be going back out to sea anytime soon?
She kind of steps to the edge and points down and looks over. Well, this is a bit of a problem. And she kind of points over. It needs... we gained a bit of damage in the travel. A few of those cracks against the rocks definitely have hindered the hull to be a little bit less reliable than she usually is.
Alright, because I need to get like a long coat and a tricorn hat and like some bandanas and stuff if we're going back out.
Why?
It's an image thing. When you're trying to go
You
out.
don't
and, like,
even wear a shirt.
I don't now because I'm Grimtuck, but like when I'm out there,
But he will if it has billowy sleeves.
and when I'm out there and I'm like, give me your shit, and then I jump on their ship, and then I'm like, now it's my ship.
Are
Then
you talking piracy?
Absolutely.
You should talk to me about that later.
All right, cool. But about that tricorn hat, like where would I go?
I
Probably
mean,
the same store she just mentioned.
Nice. Okay.
I would say the Quenched Blade.
nice. All right. Cool.
You're not looking at a very big village. We're not a city.
All right, we'll revisit it later.
Pardon me, Grimtuck. Might I ask, and I might just be a small bit daft about this, but why would you want to dress like a pirate? Wouldn't that give it away? Wouldn't the authorities come?
Oh no, so it's like this. Okay, so you get real scary, and then you get a lot of scary stuff on your ship, and then instead of having to kill people, they just give it up. So you could just take it, and it makes the job a lot easier.
He's not wrong. The image is really more
It's very
about what
important.
it is. It's
Yeah.
not the action.
Yeah, because
It's
like
the
I see.
I don't want to murder everyone. I just want their stuff.
But what
if
about
I
what
look
about
like you? Then they're gonna be like, I can
She wants
take that
to
guy.
murder enough people.
Exactly. Metolius gets it. Metolius, you could be my first mate.
Well,
We'll
I
murder
can't condone
just the right amount
I
of
can't
people.
condone piracy. It
Rain,
goes against my
you could
faith.
be my first mate. Metolius already turned it down.
You're the second
choice.
option.
I'll take it.
Well, you need a spy master too.
what about the castle guard or a navy of some kind? Wouldn't they?
Well, you want to rob them?
No, I think they would do you in.
They could try.
I agree. They would not have much success against you, but
That's why
they
they call
might
me Grimtuck
try.
the Undying. I'm not really undead. It's just super hard to kill.
I see. Subtlety is not in your nature.
No.
Anyways,
Dude, have you seen? How long? Where have you been? Like the last couple
By
of weeks?
the gods, can we just go to shore?
All right.
I
Sorry,
agree.
guys. Sorry.
She kind of she chuckles to herself, just like, glad to find interesting people. Also, if you need a place to stay, there's the Puffin's Nest. It's right at the edge of the docks. It's a good inn. It's probably the only one you're going to find around for miles. But it's definitely a place.
I thought we were gonna stay at your parents' house.
I mean, I have to ask them.
That's awfully forward, Grimtuck.
She brought it up like a day ago.
We had talked about it. We may be able to have dinner. You know, I can't exactly contact them when I'm on the sea.
All right.
It's not like I have
Sorry.
any form of magics like that.
All right, fine. We'll go
But-
to the end.
You have the run of the town. Please make yourself at home. Don't destroy everything. It is a nice, quaint place.
All right, you guys want to go check this place out?
Yes,
We
to the
don't
Puffin's Nest.
Yeah.
And she kind of points you all to one of the small boats on the side and goes, there you go.
Dingy.
Yep, a dinghy. Points to a dinghy. Sounds wrong in so many ways. Oh, God. One of the ship hands will take you. Unless you want to row it yourself, Grimtuck.
No,
You are-
I got this.
Okay.
Hood up, jump in the water.
Oh, my God.
The water, you missed the dinghy?
Oh no, I'm gonna haul the dinghy.
Oh, my God, even bet. Okay.
Dude, it's a magic cloak and we're
Can
going
I-
on land. I'm not
can
gonna be able
I-
to fucking do this.
Can I just like George Washington the front of the dinghy while he's doing that?
You can, of course, you
Great.
can try.
Yeah.
Rope
Yeah.
in the mouth,
Oh, my God.
going for it.
You just see her look at you all as Grimtuck leaps off the side. And with a solemn look, you see her take out her blade and just cuts the dinghy and lets it drop. Your chariot awaits. I will see you all on land. If you happen to be staying in the Puffin's Nest, I have a few things to do, but I'd happily buy you all a drink.
The barbarian
Sounds great.
is also a Labrador.
She definitely, like, you see her just, like, head in hands, just like, my God, what did I get myself into?
We're
You have
literal.
no
This cloak is
idea.
gonna be useless in like 10 minutes, so I'm getting my mileage.
Well, we
Yeah, I mean,
descend to the dinghy and
throws down a rope ladder, you all make it down, and then you find Grimtuck bobbing up and down at the front of the boat with a rope in his mouth.
Come on, guys, this is gonna be awesome. You're pretty fucking badass.
Yeah.
I swim super fast.
Well, it's good. You got, like, those little tusks. It holds it perfectly.
Little. Come on now.
You are a half-orc, sir.
They're mighty tusks.
They are...
mighty tusks.
You know, it's okay for God to down you. They are not... You can call someone else on it.
Too close to home.
Yeah. Calling it as I see
Too
it.
fucking real.
Hey, thanks for meta gaming
Wow.
there, you fucker.
Anyways,
Anyways,
Alright.
as you find yourself in the dinghy, being pulled by your barbarian, would you like to rage?
No,
like, really-
that would be a way. That would be
sure?
a way.
Bites through the rope.
I don't think
I
I
just
need
feel a
to.
burst of speed for 6 seconds and then just dies.
At a normal 120 feet per turn, I think I could, whatever the added weight is, get us there at a reasonable time.
Yeah. Roll me one athletics check. Just one.
Okay, just for funsies.
Yeah, why not? Get that roll started.
That would be the 24.
Do you run it to the docks or do you go just onto the land?
Land. We're beaching this ship.
So, by all rights, Silence did point you in the right direction. You do see where she pointed out this Puffin's Nest. And Grimtuck just beelines it straight to the shore.
Bam.
Misses the docks completely. At one point or another, as Etterwein does George Washington, as so put, on the end, standing there with one leg up, readying, pointing.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Absolutely.
Does everyone else want to like hold it or just for looks? No. Anyways,
Cloak billowing.
Forward, my steed.
my God. As guys,
All right,
let's go. Keep it on
serious.
track.
I've never wanted fan art more.
We'll get there. We'll get there. As you see Grimtuck rise out of the sea itself, water pooling off of the cloak, rope still in his mouth, he pulls the boat ashore, and you feel that scrape of the sand and stone below. As you are all officially have made it to Ostwald. Welcome to the town.
Land ho.
Land here. Not even ho.
Yeah, that's true.
In front of you, the smell of a fresh catch, the sea air on the wind, and a slight hint of fish, not as though bad, but as in it was caught this morning. It almost smells sweet on the air. And in, ahead of you stand tall, decently tall, cloth-covered buildings, these what seem to be almost like fish markets. You see people buying up the fresh day's catch. You see people buying a few bits of like vegetables and fruits and things like that, getting ready. And that sits all kind of stuck around this area where this almost raised building, it sits on about 5 to 8 feet pylons each, with a staircase that goes up and a wooden board that swings back and forth that seems to be labeled with a small bird in a kind of a thatch nest, as the Puffin's nest is carved in above it. You see people going in and out, and as the door opens, you hear the sound of bits of, finery and music tinkling, as well as people cheersing, even at this time, which is decently, it's about midday now, give or take. So people have already started drinking well, as this seemingly may be the only place to do it. But as you all beach and dry yourself off, if any of you jumped out, you find yourself in a hustle and bustle, people all around.
This place has like a small town, kind of big town environment, right? Like
it's
busy, but it's quaint.
It is. It's busy here. This is definitely a bigger form of the market. So it is, the hustle and bustle seems to be more aggregated here, as there just seems to be families coming in to buy the fresh catch of the day from the fishermen coming into port. You have a bunch of, again, the Puffin's Nest, which is not only an inn, but seemingly a drinking hole, as well as a few shops around.
What's the feel of this town like compared to the last island we were on? Like, people
this is
smile and wave.
Yeah, this is so small. They even see you do this odd situation where you beach yourself. Though they may look on, you see a few people kind of looking questionable at you. None of them seem scared, angry, or anything. They just kind of go about their day. Pay no mind. This may not be the first time they've seen someone pull a boat by their teeth.
Okay. Reminds me of a quaint English village.
100%.
Okay,
100%.
cool. That's what I'm getting.
And you have like little, and as you're kind of looking around, you see little rivulets kind of breaking small island pieces all around. As you look, as you all see on the map, there's small rivulets. There's small little islands connected by bridges, trees kind of dotting the land. A lot of them not left to grow naturally, instead of like kind of partitioned to small portions for foliage. A lot of it's timber and thatch roofing, well enough made to stand against any form of like sea storm, but certainly nothing compared to what you saw at Moor Beach. This is all like old world, kind of Slavic Norwegian style fishing village set up. If you want to go real world set up, there also seems to be these interesting like rock formations that kind of peer out as though like it was kept in a situation where they enjoyed seeing it through and wanted to keep the natural effect of the land. What you also notice standing at the edge of this fish market is far off on a small little island, a very tall, very beautifully blossomed tree stands almost out of the natural order of things in the middle of this kind of collection of buildings, next to another taller building that seems to be a little more on the well-built side, as though it's had a little bit of a revamp here and there. The roof seems a little bit more like slated, so it can hold against a lot of things. And the door, it's also one of the few buildings in this close area that's also 2 stories. So again, the person seemingly may have a little bit more money coming in. And it does seem to have a small sign that's a little far away that you can't see, kind of sitting right out front. But yeah, again, you stand in the middle of the fish market, hustle and bustle of people buying fish and produce here and there. Money is passed. People kind of chortling and cavorting down the steps of the Puffin's nest. You also hear the faint ting of hammer on anvil just a little ways off.
What do you guys want to do now that we're here? I know that we're doing a thing, but this place is kind of nice.
I'll go secure us some rooms.
All right,
That
yeah.
probably seems like a good first order. of
Are we
business.
staying here, or are we passing through?
Well, just tonight, I figure we could get a good night's rest before we head off into the unknown.
All right.
Yes, I agree. Getting a rest for the evening would be nice, but getting on our way is definitely
Yeah.
at the top of our list.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
It's like noonish,
midday.
you said?
Midday.
All
We
right,
get
yeah.
a full day's travel if we leave in the morning. I just thought that would be.
Yeah,
we also need
smart
to
move.
figure out where we're going, what we're looking for.
Yeah, let's go grab a spot at the end, and we'll figure that out. Got a
You
bed.
also see now, as you look to the right, which is where the docks are, from where you landed your ship, and Silence and most of the crew has now made it onto the docks, onto land, and seemingly has just gone out to whatever business they have. Silence very much taking a quick beeline to the eastern side of the town, while the other crew kind of like dabbles. A few go straight past you. Well, not straight past you, being that you're not on the docks, but straight from the docks straight to the Puffin's nest. A few go out and about as though seemingly to other places and other locations within the town. But yeah, you notice that they seem to feel very at home here.
Well, so I do have a few errands that I wouldn't mind running while we are in town. Should we all go check in and then perhaps we can shop or explore together or separately? What are people thinking?
If you want to shop, you can go. I can get us rooms.
Yeah, I got 12 gold, so my kind of shopping isn't. These seem like nice people.
Yeah,
So I
fair.
don't want to,
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair. All right, well then, if you're happy to get me a room as well, Metolius, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'll hand him a gold piece, for the room.
Sure.
It's more. Let me take care of it this time.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll buy for all today.
That is very gracious of you. Thank you.
I'm feeling generous.
Okay.
Feeling good about things.
Okay. Is there just somebody walking by I can just accost with a question?
Absolutely. You'll also all notice, as you're kind of walking into this fish market, one of the odd features, as you saw kind of coming up, is small, cute little birds, seemingly roosting on the tops of buildings, on the edges of the sea, out on the rocks. There is a reason things are called the Puffin's Nest in town, as puffins seem to be throughout this little small sea town. But yeah, you see many people in front of you, kind of walking about. A human male kind of it walks past you, seemingly going to the docks.
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder. Excuse me, human local. Is there an alchemist
see him
shop
kind of-
for a chance around?
Earthman.
You see him kind of turn
I
around.
too am human.
This is what humans do.
We are from France.
Anyways, I love you guys. He turns around and I would say the augury and alchemy. It's the building next to the pink tree. Not from around here, are you?
No. In fact, I am not. Thank you. Good day.
Of course.
And I'll just turn and head off
See him
towards
kinda
the
fix his
augury
bag.
and the alchemy.
And shake his head and just walk off. So he pointed you towards the pink blossom tree on the map.
There's a map.
There's a map.
Cool. I go there.
You go there. What else is everyone doing?
Would Amelia have heard that conversation?
Absolutely, you were all together. Elduin just randomly grabbed a person out of the, as they were walking by. Yes.
Plucked an NPC out of thin air.
After hearing the name of the shop, Amelia would try to nonchalantly follow Elduin in that direction.
Okay.
Is that what was the name of the shop again?
Augury and alchemy?
With a the? Is it the Augury and Alchemy?
No, it's just augury and alchemy.
Got it.
That's a great Stevie Wonder song.
Augury. God damn it.
Delightful.
Yep, 100%. Anyways, so Amelia and Elduin are going towards there. What is the rest? You're Metolius, you're going to buy rooms.
I'm heading up to the Puffin's Nest.
Sirs, certainly. Up the stairs to the Puffin's Nest. What about Grimtuck, Rain? What are you two doing?
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Wait, is that the Puffin's Nest is also where the bar is, right?
Yeah.
It is.
That's where people drink.
It's also the source of booze.
Yeah. I mean, probably just go to the Puffin's Nest.
I might go feed some of those puffins. Get some bread
Wait,
or something.
Really? I might be into that.
Yeah, you want to check this out?
Yeah, let's go feed some puffins.
Okay, let's get some bread and feed those puffins.
We're
Roll
gonna
an
go feed
investigation
puffins.
check. Or perception, actually.
Both of us?
Sure.
Perception?
Or you can help each other. Either way.
Alright, I'll help you. I'll give you advantage.
Advantage.
Same roll both times. 15 on the dice, so that is 20.
Word. On the wind, between the sweet smells of like the catch and that kind of thing, you also smell baked breads. You smell pastries and that sort. So there seems to be just a little ways into the fish market. There seems to be a baker.
I don't think they eat bread. Pretty sure they eat fish.
I mean, there's a lot of fish around.
Yeah, let's get that instead.
I'll buy some fish.
All right. So we go.
Okay. So let's.
Yeah.
I would say you two are closer, as Metolius is probably second in line. So we're going Rain and Grimtuck, Metolius, and then Amelia and Elduin. Rain and Grimtuck, you walk as you all kind of break away. You see Metolius going up the stairs to the Puffin's Nest. Amelia following, not closely behind. You're not making it obvious, but you're also not trying to hide it, right?
I mean, I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah.
I'm just not like making my interest in it obvious.
Got it.
Oh, so I know that you're going
like
with me?
you're like wordlessly accompanied.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just hear you talk to the dude, and like I hear the name and see you like walk in that direction, and I
Okay.
just start to go that way.
So
Okay, cool. But you're not trying to hide from me. That was my
No,
question.
not at all.
Okay, cool.
that was exactly what I was checking. Cool. So you two walk off towards the northwestern side where Augury and Alchemy is. Metolius walks to the stairs, and Rain, Grimtuck, you find yourselves in the middle of this large U-shaped building, pallets of fish and a few different sellers kind of barking at different maybe housemates.
Fishmongers, maybe.
Fishmongers. Yeah, you see a few people. You see.
I just love the opportunity to use the word fishmonger.
You see a few humans, maybe a half elf or two. You also see what seems to be Tabaxi sitting there. Anyone particular, or just go to the first one you see?
I don't think we need to be too picky.
Yeah, no. I would probably just go up to the first fishmonger I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have some whatever kind of fish puffins eat?
You see the human man kind of look at you weird as a half orc and a tiefling walk up to and ask for puff and feed. I mean, by all rights, we
Tourists.
have tourists.
Yeah, they get a lot of
Fucking
those here.
tourists. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Now he goes, I mean, we have anchovies. They would probably feed on them. Here, 2 silver. I'll give you 15 anchovies.
So that's,
Sound good?
Yeah, here's a gold. Give me a lot more than that.
Okay, I can do that. So
A
if
lot
2
of
silver was
anchovies.
15,
So
that's wait.
15 times 5.
We can just say a fuckload.
Oh, no, I mean-
75.
75.
Yep.
75.
He gives you a
75
large
anchovies.
satchel of anchovies.
I am marking that in my equipment.
That's fine.
Please.
A rucksack of anchovies.
Oh, yeah, and these are not the our stereotypical ones we find in the real world. This is like fresh, not salted. These are just small fishes in a sack.
Small All fishes in the sack.
Yeah. He passes you over. He says, "Thank you for your business. Do make sure to feed the ones more farther out, closer to the rocks and the coastline. We prefer the ones that are nested in the village to not be fed. It kind of lends to more coming in."
That makes sense. Not a problem.
I'm gonna feed all these fucking puffins.
Are you saying that
To Rain, yeah.
quietly?
As quietly as I care to.
Okay.
I got my back.
Doesn't seem like he cares a whole lot.
Nope.
He kind of looks at you and goes, "Okay." And he looks
got
at
my
you.
bag.
I was gonna say he looks at you and then he looks at the gold and puts it away and he's like, "You all have a good day. Please enjoy Ostwald and our puffins."
All right, let's go feed these puffins.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd say first one is pretty damn close. You would see ones on the edge of this U-shaped fish market, kind of perched on the very top.
Mm-hmm.
Roll an animal handling check.
But does the anchovy bag give me advantage at
Yes,
all?
it does.
Wondrous item unlocked.
That's what I was just gonna say. Bag of anchovies. You get advantage on any animal
The
handling
bag
check.
of puffin calling.
That's pretty
That has
good
to
because
do
the
with-
first one was a critical fail. Because if you can't win the love of anchovies or win puffins with anchovies, you're fucked. Second one was an 18 on the dice, so I got a 19.
Sounds good.
And while feeding them at some point, I'm going to attempt to cast Beast Sense
Okay.
on one of them.
Word.
Ritual cast it.
So for 10 minutes, you're going to sit there and feed anchovies.
And concentrate on casting a spell that lets me look through the eyes of the fucking puffins.
Oh my god.
I never get a chance to use it, and I'm curious about the day-to-day life of puffins.
You're gonna get 10 minutes of a puffin begging you for.
Oh, I'm gonna get an hour.
Of a puffin begging you for food.
So, over the course
This
of...
is not the weirdest shit I've done.
Nope.
He's not wrong. Over the course of 10 minutes, you begin to feed the puffin and cast a ritual spell. Openly toward, can Rain...
Yeah.
Okay, you see Grimtuck start muttering something to himself.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just be like, all
I'm
right,
used
check
to
this
it.
out. Yeah, have you seen me cast spells before? Talk to fucking birds and
I
shit.
think I would assume that you're going to try to talk to them.
Yeah.
Is what I would assume.
We're going
Spirit
to-
bear,
And-
2 days
That's fine.
in a
We don't
row.
have to RP this.
Yeah.
I'm just...
We're going to turn over to Metolius while this is going on. Metolius, you walk up the stairs to
Jinx.
hear the boisterous noises above, the plucking of strings, the cavorting and merrymaking inside. And yeah, you open the door to find
Oh, boisterously enter.
just throw the door open. Metolius is here.
Not quite that
Fine.
boisterous.
I mean, that was
but-
pretty boisterous.
But there's strong, I make
My
my
people.
presence known. Yeah.
Did you need a cloak of billowing?
You're really...
He has it in his other
For real, though.
Yeah. But he's not a very billowy character. I think Metolius.
Throughout this whole, throughout the Puffin's Nest, you see a large selection of people. Both, most human, tabaxi. You see a couple large creatures that you're not totally sure of. Kind of look like small, almost like fuzzy giants. They're shorter, but they're still pretty tall for people you've
Well, I've
seen.
spent a lot of time in the forest.
That's true, actually. So roll a nature check for me with advantage.
Natural 20 for a 25.
You recognize the furbolgs kind of peppered throughout. They seem to be... there's not a ton, but there are a decent amount, more than you've seen in this entirety of your adventures so far.
Okay. Do I know they speak the Elvish tongue? Do I know that?
I think you would. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I approach the bar keep. Whoever
Yep.
looks like the barkeep.
There is a person behind the bar. They are kind of a older-looking man, heavy beard, kind of looks like once a sailor. Has kind of now taken up residence here, as he does. And he's serving drinks. He's taking orders.
Stride right up to him. And, hail and well met. Barkeep.
Helen well met yourself.
I wish to purchase lodging for 5.
Oh, not a problem. We have We absolutely have. Did you want to share rooms, or did you want to have separate rooms?
Sure. Shared rooms is fine.
So, let's see. We have 2, so 3 rooms altogether.
2, 2, and 1.
2, 2, and 1.
Seems fair. How much would that?
Total. How many days are you staying?
Just tonight.
Just tonight. For the 5 of you, let's say a gold will do.
I give him 2 gold.
2. Well,
Hey,
thank you.
big spender.
You never know when you die. When you'll die, and then all that gold would go to waste. So might as well
Spend it while you got it.
spread a little light in the world.
It all ends up in a beholder holder
Paladin.
anyways.
I am a paladin. Thank you very much. Why, yes.
He kind of looks at you and goes,
You are
Yes,
correct.
I am a paladin.
Don't remind him.
well, thank you. And if you all happen to want to have drinks at any point in this establishment and not just sleep here, first round will be covered as well, if not the first 2.
Excellent.
I'm not going to let your money go to waste.
Much obliged, friend. I will take you up on that first round when the rest of my compatriots arrive.
Oh, I figured you didn't want to drink for 5, but I was going to assume.
I mean,
I'm so sorry.
oh my.
My dice box slammed.
God.
You should probably check on that waiter.
I know.
They tripped
Oh,
and
God.
fell.
He's new.
He's a drunk.
It's fine. he's learning. Hey, you know, luckily with that gold you gave me, it covers all the glass that just broke.
Excellent.
Thank you. I appreciate
Which means you don't get your first round.
it. Yeah, that first round is no longer free.
That's okay. Still think my money would go to a good cause.
Happens that you're visiting. We don't get a ton of visitors here.
Yes. Well, we just happened to
Murder a Shrike.
Just so happened.
we just happened to dock with the harp coming from the main island.
That's what? That silences the ship, correct?
Captain Reimhold is expert at sailing these seas.
She made you call you that?
What, Captain Reimhold?
Yeah.
Just showing respect.
That's good.
Where respect is due. That's all.
It's true. She's good. She's a good one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we just happened to book passage. I'm on here on a bit of a religious pilgrimage.
Well then, thank you for staying. I appreciate you choosing the Puffin's Nest upon your religious pilgrimage.
I aim to head north and seek out a beast known as a unicorn.
He kind of looks at you funny as you say those words. What is a...
Like funny... Can I incite that?
Sure. You see his eyebrow go up, and he kind of like puts his...
14.
You see his eyebrow goes up, and his shoulders kind of tense a little bit more as you say that. And he looks at you and goes, don't really know nothing about no unicorns. I mean, but this is a wild place. Wild lands.
Well, that's a shame. I was hoping you could give me some more information. Nevertheless, I will find this beast.
Humble barkeep knows nothing about nothing in the forest of north.
Totally.
We don't much kinder to unicorns.
I would get the gist that he's lying to some extent.
I would say he is much more guarded
Okay.
than you would expect a person who doesn't actually know about.
Check the
what you're
pendant,
talking about.
bitch.
Yeah.
Unicorn.
I got my card.
Got that unicard.
My daddy died for this. Anyway.
Well, I hope you the best, and I'll hope you have a nice stay, as them pilgrimages up north can be a little dangerous.
I'm sure they can, but I am ready for anything the forest has to throw at me.
Well then, drink, be merry, and then on the morrow.
Here.
He kind of puts down. He puts down 2 small glasses and pulls out something that looks like a bottle of spirits and pours it on the pours a drink and goes, "Here's to a pilgrimage."
To a pilgrimage.
Thank you for
There's the
staying
back.
at the Best Western Ostwald.
Yeah. Slam it.
Turn down service will be at 10 a.m.
Well, I'm going to have a look about your lovely town. I shall return later with my compatriots.
Please do. Make yourself at home. We're an inviting people.
I can tell already.
And keys will be held here whenever you come back.
Much obliged. And I exit
Sure.
the.
Okay, then we go to.
Oh, on my way out,
Yeah.
can I use my divine sense?
Sure. On.
I just want to know if there are any celestial fiends or undeads within 60 feet of me
Absolutely, 100% go for
that are not behind total cover.
that. Are okay.
I guess I would do it when I walk out.
Okay. So when
Get
you're out
more,
and about.
like, yeah,
Okay. And you kind of let that kind of flow over.
just like
As you do, you let it
force.
flow over you. Your eyes kind of flash a quick white as you look about the area. Nothing seems to pop on your radar in front of you.
Excellent. All is well.
All is well. Okay.
I would like to add, for the 10 minutes that Grimtuck is casting a spell,
Yeah.
I want to slowly lure a bunch of puffins over to him and put like a little circle of anchovies around him so that when he comes out of his ritual casting, he's just completely surrounded by puffins.
But I would be looking at myself surrounded by puffins because I would be
Exactly.
seeing through the eyes of a puffin.
Yep.
Meta gamer.
Okay.
Sorry,
Roll
just
an
wanted to
animal
add
handling
that.
check as well.
Do I
You
see this
got it.
when I emerge?
Roll a perception check for me.
16.
Okay. Yes. 100%. You absolutely do that.
22.
Yes. You notice Rain corralling these small black and white birds and placing them nicely with some what seem to be small fish on the ground around Grimtuck, who's sitting there completely unnoticing of this.
Natalia smiles because that's the kind of stuff that he tries to protect.
Yeah.
The simple,
It's the
joyful
simple-
mirth of
Yes.
of pranks.
So, as your ritual casting comes to an end and your eyes jump from your own perspective to the small birds now standing in front of you, you see a large, towering half-orc staring down at from a much lower perspective.
And I'd be like, okay, Rain, now check this out. I'm going to reach down and pick up myself.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, let's go find Elduin, and I'll show him that I got a bird now, too.
And as you do that, we switch over to Elduin and Amelia.
Oh my god.
As you pass this, we go back in time just a little bit as you disperse from the group. Moving past the fish market, you hear that same tink of hammer on anvil from this open doorway sitting in front at the very back edge of the market. Next to it sits a sign kind of plaqued on the side of the building. It says the Quenched Blade. But you pass by it going towards this very nicely built walkway that crosses over a bit of a river that seems to break apart this little island where the blossoming pink tree, the cherry blossom, sits next to the large building. You find your way across the bridge. You see these falling petals, these beautiful pink, brightly colored petals just kind of raining down around you as the two of you pass by it and find your way to the front door of Augury and Alchemy.
While we're walking, I probably would have said, Oh, Amelia, I did not realize that you were a fan of the alchemical.
Yes, I'm sorry. I should have said that I was going to tag along, but it just sounded interesting.
Yeah, no, you're more than welcome to join me. I just did not realize you had the interest. So when we get there, is there anybody around? Is the door open?
The door's closed, but it does seem to be a few patrons inside. It does seem to be open. A small kind of lantern sits on the outside. The fire lit and covered, as though that might be the symbol of the alchemist is in.
Mm-hmm. I'll just stroll up and try the door.
Just a click and a very light squeak inwards as the door opens. A very heavy scent of incense kind of pours out now, spicy and very full. Not overtaking, but definitely kind of a shift as you do. As you walk in this beautiful store filled with, your basic general goods all throughout. You have anything you'd really need on just your traveling and that kind of thing, but also a few things kicking around. Elduin, in the very back, you see kind of a stack of scrolls sitting above. Behind the counter sits these odd colored glass vials, all throughout, very, very distinctly displayed. And you also, both of you, see this large, not imposing, but interestingly adorned giant of a person, slightly fuzzy on the edges, very pointy ears, and an interestingly pink nose. Also a very well manicured beard kind of sits, almost just a chin strap around the edges to a long pulled back red hair that's tied very neatly. And you hear him go, "Please, welcome to Augury and Alchemy. How may Elkis Pinedeep assist you today?"
Elgist, you are the proprietor of this shop?
This is my shop, yes.
Delightful, delightful. Well, I have a need of a few alchemical supplies. I assume you sell those here?
I do, yes. I don't have a very wide selection. I haven't gotten a shipment recently, but I have some. Depends on what you're looking for.
I see. Well, I'm looking to do a bit of conjuration, but it is, I require... Do you have a brass brazier, for example?
Yes, I definitely have one of those. I have...
There's like a gold limit I'm looking for, so if you don't need to look it up if you don't
What
want
was
to.
the gold limit?
10, but there's more.
Okay.
Well, so in addition to this brazier, I'm also need at least one stick. Best make it 2 sticks of patchouli, some charcoal briquettes, iron filings, cappy root, and the stalk of a sword fern, if you happen to have those things.
I'd have to go check in the back, but I might actually. That is an interesting list of items.
Yes.
What might I inquire what you're doing with them?
Have you ever summoned a familiar before?
Personally, no. I haven't.
I find these effects to be very useful in that manner.
I probably have somewhere kicking... Yeah, I probably have a few things kicking around. While I gather those, if there's anything else... Miss, what about you? Do you need anything?
While you look for his items, could I maybe just browse some of those scrolls that you have?
Oh, of course. We don't get a lot of people of the magical implication around. Usually the village isn't rife with them, so I'm happy to show you a few things. Well, here,
He goes over. You see his like very large, kind of wide hands kind of reach over. He grabs. You see him grab 3 off the shelf and puts them down. And he goes, "These 3 are the ones that would be that I'm selling right now. I have one for the magics of hallucinatory terrain. If you happen to know of that magic. Also, I have one of curing wounds at a slightly higher advantage, and one to summon a bit of respite. It's called Leomin's Tiny Hut."
Yes, thank you. I will browse over these while you help him with what he needs.
Just don't read them out loud.
Of course.
Sorry. I've had a problem with that at some of the locals.
How unfortunate.
Anything else for you, sir?
Oh, those ingredients would be delightful for me. Yes, thank you. And then when he goes to turn away, Amelia, did you see any scrolls that were of interest? I'm curious what your tastes are.
And she kind of like thumbs through these ones that she's got in front of her, and she's like, I mean, these are interesting. They just don't seem to fit what I'm looking for. Please feel free to take a look.
I'll thumb through them and see the Leomin's Tiny Hut, which piques my interest.
Mm-hmm.
And when Elquist returns, I will inquire about it.
Okay. Takes him a second.
Amelia, what is it that would excite? Like, perhaps what spell scroll here would have piqued your interest?
I'm more looking for things that, how do you say, are more ritualistic?
Ah, yes. I am a very big fan of ritual magic. I think that this Leomin's Tiny Hut is a ritual, and I am intend to learn it if I can. We'll see what the prices are for these items, but...
Oh, well, if you decide to take it, I can help you with that.
Oh, really? I did not know you had the expertise, but sure, we can certainly try this together.
Yes, I am familiar with the spell.
That's fantastic.
So, a few moments later, Elkist comes back and with a big kind of just satchel. He goes, yeah, I definitely have. Surprisingly, I did have everything. Luckily, I always keep an eye out on what our friend over the Quench Blade has. He usually keeps me rife with the shavings that you were looking for.
Oh, delightful, thank you.
So, altogether, let's see, a total of, say, about 15 gold for the lot.
15 gold for the lot.
For all of what you're looking for.
For all of what I'm looking for. Interesting. Might I inquire about one of your scrolls before we just come to terms?
Sure.
This scroll here, I believe it is Leomin's Tiny Hut.
Yes.
How much are you asking for that?
That's 400.
400. I'm interested in it.
I do offer a trade if you have anything to...
Trade. Let me see if I have anything that might spark your interest. It does seem that I am fresh out of interesting trade items, but what do you say 410 for it all?
We're, brazier included.
Yes, brazier and the components and this scroll.
Roll a persuasion check, please.
Love to. 19.
You know,
I like your face.
I like your.
Yeah, I think 410 could do. I don't expect to be selling to any of the locals anytime soon, so if I can get this off my shelf, I might be able to acquire more. So
Well,
yeah.
Then it's a done deal.
400.
Shall we?
He puts out this giant hand, and
Absolutely. Shake on it.
Yes, whatever the locals do.
just a huge, like, wraps around your entire elf hand.
What? Can I inquire as to what his race is?
Sure.
Not ask him, just like observe, use my eyeballs
Sure.
visually.
Yeah. So, giant, about 7.5 to 8.5 foot tall. Kind of fuzzy on the edges. Pointy ears, red fur, pink nose, kind of a blue tinge. Would you like to roll a nature check?
Love to.
Okay.
17?
17. You've heard tell of a giantkin called the Furbolg.
Ooh.
This is definitely one of them, and possibly the first one you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Not many kick around on the Evermeets, so.
Yeah.
And they're not super all about the like hustle and bustle of the city. So, yeah, this is a Furbolg. He does seem a little bit more fancy than you would expect most of the Furbolg that you've read about in your doings.
Okay.
But he does have an establishment in a town, so it seems like he's a little bit out of place.
Yeah.
And he goes, and put her there, and you do, and he again his whole hand just wraps around yours, shakes it, and then kind of puts out a hand for the gold.
I will give him the gold.
Wraps up all of your components, the brazier and the scroll, all in a nice little like leather pouch. Seems to be handmade.
Ooh.
Kind of closes it, and go, here you go. Please, to return anytime. Is there anything else I can get for you while you're here?
No, you've been a great help. Thank you.
Miss, what about yourself?
Would you happen to have anything that maybe would help one? How do I say this? Communicate with a higher power?
Are you meaning something like a holy symbol or something like a book of prayer? What are you looking for?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I have someone I'm trying to reach, but I don't know how to go about it. They seem to be able to reach me whenever they feel like it.
How about this? He kind of wait here just a moment. He kind of goes off into the back, and you see him go behind a curtain. And he's gone for a little bit of time. People kind of come in, go around. You hear him call out, and it's like, "Be right with you." He comes back, and as he does, he has this small pouch. It seems to be wrapped around a glass vial, and goes, "This is incense my people of my tribe made. It helps commune with the land and the spirits around. It may assist you in doing just that. Maybe if someone not of our ilk uses it, it might do what you need. I'm not promising anything, but I'd give it to you for a gold."
Sure, that sounds quite nice. I am more than open to using the tools of another to try and reach out to what's important.
Use it sparingly. It is a very potent scent. Small bits, even in a fire, will definitely fill the room.
Okay, just to make sure that I'm not misusing it, how much would you say I should use? How many uses would I be able to get out of this?
I would say you get 5 good uses out of this amount.
So yeah, 5 uses of Furbolg incense.
That sounds delightful. I will definitely use that and see what happens.
Be wary, but I'm happy to help. I'm not... let's just say I'm not as attuned as some of my other people, but we do keep to the old ways. And if you wish to talk to someone who talks to you, this is a way we have done it before.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Elquist, I'm sorry to bug you again. I realized as I was walking out the door that I needed a few other things for my purposes with this scroll. So arcane ink and a small crystal, in fact. It's that to learn ritual cast, I need to have material components for it.
Sure.
And for this one, it's 150 gold pieces worth of that stuff.
Okay.
So we can fast forward through that if you want
Sure.
to. But
He does that. He.
I have that. 150 gold.
sounds great.
Perfect. Shake on it.
Twice in one day. Good business, sir.
It's excellent business.
Yeah,
Please, do
You just
return.
made a boatload of money off.
I was gonna say.
Sold
He has
you
made
some
more money than
fucking-
he.
Some like junk stuff from like a fucking swap meet.
Hey, do not diss the alchemical.
Do you have old G.I. Joes? Possibly Legos
I don't
lying
know
about.
what you do with those. What is it?
No,
Tell me
I-
your secrets.
No, we only have Playmobil here.
Have you heard of a
place is
small
bullshit.
thing called Pogs?
No, but I have slammers for days.
Delightful.
Look at this creation. I believe it is
I
called a
have Optimus
Tamagotchi.
Prime's- I have Optimus Prime's trailer, but not the Optimus
I have 3 out of 6 of the Voltron robots.
Doug, I would take that deal any day. That shit's awesome.
It was
Anyways,
only 5, but
Well, it's the main body, and then the 4 on
we
each
can talk
side.
about
Wasn't there a
this
separate
later.
one for the head?
Nope.
Oh, that's right.
The
The,
head
body
comes out of
turned
the-
in. Yeah, it comes out of
yeah.
the main body. That's right. Okay. I'm with it. With it.
and then they.
unless we're
formed-
talking
No, old school Voltron was.
yeah, I was gonna
Not-
say
not second
the
edition.
second series.
Yeah,
there were 16 of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fuck that.
Ridiculous, but
Let's not jump the shark here, guys. Back to D&D.
Yeah.
Go King Lion. Every day.
Snarf.
Guys, stop bringing other franchises into the mix.
Rein it in, y'all.
Lion, no.
Snarf, snarf, snarf.
What if you had an old character that spoke with that voice?
next character.
If not anything else, I do have other patrons. Let me know if you need anything. Feel free to keep looking around.
No, you have been quite a help. Thank you
Of
very
course,
much.
I always enjoy out-of-towners.
Is it that obvious?
I haven't seen you ever,
Ever.
and
That's
I
fair.
usually see people multiple times. Helps being the general store. But do feel free to make yourself at home, and do enjoy Ostwald. The Puffins are delightful.
They sure are.
Okay, so as you guys kind of, I would say, the two of, so Metolius, what were you doing post Puffin's nest?
Because
you walked out.
following these two chuckleheads.
Yeah.
All the chocolate fucks. Yep.
As soon as I saw that I was surrounded by puffins, I would laugh hysterically at the prank of having puffin shit on my boots, and then put on the dread helm and look at Raid and be like, maybe I should change my pirate name to the Puffin Lord. What do you think? Because I have one under this arm. I'm going to call him Ragnar Puffin Stuff.
When he tries to put on the helmet, I'm gonna be like, maybe we shouldn't. I'll speak up. Maybe we shouldn't with that in the glowing eyes.
Just put it on for a second. It's just funny, right? I'm looking at you right now. Be like,
it is quite
pretty,
amusing.
pretty funny.
But you might scare
You're
some of
looking at
these
him through the
fair-
puffin in your head.
Yeah.
Here, look, this is Ragnar Puffin Stuff. He's my bird. I'm looking through his eyes.
Greetings, Lord Puffin stuff.
Yeah, he's pretty great. Oh, we're gonna go find Mutil, or we're gonna go find Elduin, and make our
yeah,
birds
but
meet.
Maybe could we not with the glowing eyes and the helmet?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Take it
Everybody
off.
roll a perception check. Not Eldwin and Amelia, but everyone else.
I'm so excited.
15.
Oh my god.
11 for Rain.
25. Not 20 for a 25.
Jeez, man.
I get
Was it?
advantage on
11
sight-based
for Rain.
perception check.
The three of you very much notice that the locals are definitely taking an eye to you, just like very interested, but also concerned, especially with the helm.
I am the Puffin Lord.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I'm proud of you.
It's a good prank. I got Puffin shit on my boots.
But as
someone walks by, I just look at them and say, "It was his wish."
they nod and look like saddened,
Yeah.
and just like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm a totem barbarian. They're my totem animal. Puffins.
We can work on the path of
Puffin
Puffin.
barbarian.
Dog,
Puffin.
let me do that for you.
Okay.
I will do
Let
that
me
for you.
build that class for you.
Puffin, path of the Puffin. Love it. We'll be very happy. Anyways, as you all begin to walk to the northwest towards the cherry blossom tree.
I put Ragnar back. I don't really need to take him with me. I don't think he needs to.
Oh.
I mean, if the other, I don't want to be separated from his friends, so they don't like out of town Puffins in the town.
Doug. You have anchovies. You don't think you have a line of Puffins behind you?
All right,
Are you
then, yeah.
fucking kidding me?
All right, never mind.
Come on.
And then
I
You
think
have
all
a
of those
parade.
Puffins that I surrounded you with are all following us.
Yeah.
Okay, didn't know that. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's do this.
Just making cute little chirps
Yep.
and like jumping behind you. Every once in a while, like they kind of like nip at your boots for anchovy.
Yeah, Rain's the keeper of the anchovies now. Just me and Ragnar.
Oh, I am.
Every time.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, cool.
I am
All right,
giving out
so
those anchovies.
we're on our way.
We have 75 of them.
Yep.
Now you have 50.
more. Yeah, you
definitely have 50 now.
Okay, yeah, but we still have a lot.
Sure.
All right.
So you make it across the bridge to find Elduin and Amelia exiting augury and alchemy. What do you want? And Amelia and Elduin, you see the the other three companions of yours walking towards you. Grimtuck hefting a puffin, and the parade of small birds behind them seems to be dancing and chirping in a very happy manner.
And my eyes are just milky white, glossed over.
Yep.
Amelia doesn't notice at first. She's just kind of like walking out the door, like holding the stick of incense
Yeah.
and like smelling it. Like,
Ooh, roll a nature check for me.
ooh,
It
Oh,
smells like
God.
furball.
that is
It's furball.
cocked as hell. Not great. I think that's gonna be a 9. It's a nature. Oh, that's a 7.
It's just a trend.
Wow. It smells like sage and cinnamon and an interesting spice you're not aware of. But it has a very hearthy, very just like very nice scent to it. It is very potent, even just smelling it like you did. But yeah. Okay, Elduin, you notice the Puffin parade, I would say, behind Grimtuck.
Puffin parade.
And Grimtuck
Yeah,
would
no,
just be waving at Elduin and be like,
What?
I don't think you're the.
Okay.
Look, I can do.
What's happened? What?
Look, I can do
You
it
now
too.
notice the
I
Puffin parade behind Grimtuck.
have a bird friend now too. His name's Ragnar Puffin stuff.
I like that name. By the
It
way.
looks like you have many good friends, and Amelia gets kind of like excited and like runs over and tries to like pet some of them.
Oh, I would definitely offer you some anchovies to feed to the puffins.
Oh yeah, she takes them.
Don't you worry. You're
It's
able
pretty
to pet the
awesome, right?
Puffins.
You just feed them. They're fucking cute.
Fucking cute.
So fucking cute.
They are rather adorable.
Look at this. See?
Yeah?
I can see
no,
through
I
it.
like it.
His
I
eye.
like it.
Could hear what he hears.
Seems like a good companion, or at least an entertaining one.
Yeah, I figure him and Teak, they could hang out. Like,
Yes. Teak should be rejoining us shortly.
Nice, yeah. Well, Ragnar and him will be best friends.
I have no doubt.
Does Teak like anchovies?
Yes.
Best friends.
Yes. Have you met a bird that doesn't like anchovies?
I've met a lot of birds.
And?
Question stands.
Crows talk a lot of shit. Ravens think they know everything.
Interesting.
Sparrows always end up places just talking shit about other sparrows. They gossip all the time.
Oh dear, how catty.
More birdie.
God damn it.
Okay, so you all
D&D, guys.
love it. So you all stand now, just a little ways. You actually all stand underneath of the cherry blossom tree as it kind of petals fall all around you. Feels very magical, and it's just this is kind of the brightest bit of foliage you've seen in this entire land.
Does this tree look like it is more than natural?
Preternatural?
Preternatural? Maybe even super?
Supernatural. Yes.
It does.
I would say it looks very out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Not even like, does it look supernatural as in like, it looks like a tree.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a cherry blossom tree in the middle of a forest of almost exclusively pine
Okay.
and evergreens.
It's a magic tree.
It's a magic tree.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn it.
Heresy.
Goddamn. As an elf, I do not think I can contain this behavior.
Cut it down and turn it into something.
Yeah, right.
As an archer, though, I would like to make these magic arrows.
Yeah, right.
And then shoot them at the tree.
Is there anything like obviously like magically imbuing it? Is there like an altar? Is
Roll an
there
Arcana check.
love to?
What's the owner like?
16.
He's like 16.
Young for a firbolg.
Yeah, it's pretty young. No, you don't notice anything specifically denoting magic in any way, shape, or form.
Do the locals seem to revere it?
Doesn't seem to have any form of like, offerings below it. It just seems very out of place. But again, it's hugging next to the Augury and Alchemy, so it seems to be more kind of akin to the building than the actual town itself. But Matolius did ask you a question.
What's the owner like?
Oh. He is a large firbolg. Are you familiar with firbolgs?
I am.
Yes. Well, he's a firbolg. He is nice enough and was quite helpful in what I needed. You should meet him.
Excuse me.
Maybe I will. I can't think of anything I need right at the moment.
If he needs a spare puffin, we got him.
You should ask. I do not know.
They're not for sale. I was kidding.
You can't sell puffins.
No, they're their own
These
guys.
Puffins belong to everyone.
Exactly.
Is that standard half-orc humor?
I was trying to... I mean, not really standard.
Okay.
No,
It wasn't funny.
My dad doesn't really understand my humor either. It's fine.
We are the puffin. Are we still like dispersing?
Yeah. Now we're at.
Sardines
I think
or
we're at
anchovies or whatever?
25 anchovies left.
It's like, this was supposed to be... I thought you was going to get you and be like, I can summon a bird too, and then see through its eyes. I think that was supposed to be funny.
Yeah. I mean, no, some of the things that you say are funny. That's for sure.
I thought that was going to be funny.
Yeah.
Was that not?
No, that one didn't land.
I really can't see through
Because
his
it's a
eyes.
bird, you see.
That's incredible and interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. It's Rain thought it was cool.
It's cool. It's just not funny.
Shit all.
Shade.
Fine. I'm just gonna walk away with.
But
my
I do
puffins.
like
This
you.
is all
but
counter shade for so much attack roll shaming. So I love it.
No, it's great. 100%. It's great. It's totally owed.
Could I perhaps try one of those the fish? Could I try the? Who has the
Rain.
bag? Rain, could I try? May I have a fish?
Absolutely. I give him 5.
Whoa.
5 fish. Whoa, generosity! And I'll give one to a puffin, and then I'll give one to Ragnar.
Ragnar's
puffins.
Ragnar's
right.
about it.
The puffin that you hand down below eats it up. The puffin, Grimdug, you see Elduin walk up to Ragnar and hand him a fish and
A fish.
and that puffin noms it like nobody's business.
The puffins that he's channeling the spell through, do the eyes
It's just the one. It's just Ragnar.
Right. But are its eyes like glowing green or like changed in any way?
No, I don't think so. I think only his eyes glow
okay.
white.
All right.
This is fun. I enjoyed this. This is nice.
They're
I'll,
just these little birds are just like chirping and barbling all around you, making this really cute sound,
Yeah.
and then kind of like flying up to catch them, and then like landing and like
Yeah. I feed them the rest in a cute way.
all of
In a
it.
cute way.
In a cute way.
You see Elduin
Roll
just
for
grab it
cuteness.
and just.
We've murdered so much things, and then we just spend our afternoon feeding puffins. I love it.
Uh-huh.
That's great.
Catharsis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We
after
need this to stay safe.
Heroes need to relax sometimes.
after a good 15 minutes of feeding and relaxing with Puffins, you find yourself now no more than like 1 or 2 o'clock by this time.
I imagine my spell wore off.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let Ragnar go do his thing.
He jumps down.
Well, when the fish is all gone, Metolius will cast Speak with Animals, and he will turn to the Puffins and say, "There's no more food. Return to the ocean."
They look up at you and go, "Fish?"
Vish?
And I say, "No more."
And you see their little heads kind of
I
sink.
turn the bag upside down to show there's no fish.
You see them all kind of like shirk down, and then they
They
just
say fish.
fish. And they just turn around, and you see them like take wing and go about their business, burbling as they go.
And we just watch them go into the sunset before going back to our room.
Well, they more just like kind of part ways throughout the fish market in that area. Okay, so you're gonna all stand still underneath the cherry blossom tree. What else would you like to do?
I think I'm good for the night, guys. I think we're gonna get going tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
If I see any other animals in 10 minutes, I'm going to say hello to them.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
If I see
There's
any
a-
animals
yeah.
in the next 10 minutes.
I'm going to say hello to them, especially any doggos.
Okay.
Oh yeah. There's a
Any fluffer
fly that
gophers?
buzzes by your head.
Perception,
It's not-
21.
Not,
Why
21.
is not an animal?
No,
Okay, that's fair.
it's an insect. It doesn't deserve to be talked to.
Wow.
I think it would
That's
count as
terrible.
a beast still.
For a fly? For a fly? I will take that hate.
It has an intelligence of 1. What's it gonna say to you?
Shut up. God damn it. Sorry, guys.
That's what the fly would say.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
say mute your thing.
I did. You see, I will say you see what looks to be a mutt of some kind walking next to a person. Just a cute little floofy boofer.
Hello, noble doggo. Good day to you.
Good day.
White and black spotted, long hair.
I'll just say hail and well met.
Hail and all that
Damn
noble
it.
doggo.
I'm excited for Ross to roleplay a dog now.
But I can understand it.
I know.
It still says morph.
Excellent.
That's all you hear.
Hail and well met, noble human.
Good dog.
Thank you.
I am, in fact, a good boy.
I am, in fact, the good boy.
Yes, the goodest.
The goodest of boys.
And that's it.
Thank you for noticing.
Have a,
Yeah, it's
have
canon.
Yep, have a good day.
Woof to you too, sir. Canon.
I make my way on.
You don't know it wasn't a super intelligent dog.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It's like a border collie.
Yeah.
Okay, you make your way. Are you all just going back to the tavern? What are you doing? There is around you have, of course, the fish market, the Puffin's Nest. There's the weaponer, but that doesn't seem to be something as much as you need, being that Eldrin got his boot back.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Stella getting her groove back, but you know,
Helen got his boot back.
yeah.
I'm like Cinderella. I
it's a little less-
didn't turn
Lord.
into a pumpkin.
You wanna go drink and gamble?
This time.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Let's go
Alright.
do that. The
Next
Puffin
time
Lord
we go.
requires sustenance.
Definitely turning
Puffin's
into a
nest.
pumpkin.
As a long day of
tell
ruling
them
over
all-
my people.
Yes, I tell them all about our free round of drinks. Free round of drinks too.
I laugh. I don't think that's gonna strike fear in any hearts. But we'll consider it. We'll workshop it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
We'll see.
talk.
We'll shop it around and see what the other pirates think. I'm sure I'll get a worthy
We'll do a
crew.
focus group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Pirates.
you all make your way back through the fish market, back up to the stairs of the Puffin's Nest. You still hear all of the merrymaking going on. Seemingly, it hasn't died down in any way, shape, or form in the past hour or so. But yeah, you open the door to find a well-maintained and pretty decent tavern for what it is. The older gentleman, again, sailor-looking type, sits behind the bar, pouring drinks and handing out trays to the basically waitstaff around, the barmaids and things like that seem to flit between tables, handing out foods and things like anything else they need. As you walk in, you see the bartender kind of go, you've returned. I don't think I got your name, did I?
Yes, Metolius.
Metolius, yes. I'm Razar Oceanbraid. It is a pleasure. Are these your companions?
Aye, they are.
Welcome to the Puffin's Nest. Please make yourself at home. First round is on the house, per se.
I think we'll have that first round now.
Certainly.
As we walk in, I'm assuming Metolius leads as he leads us in. So right before Metolius pushes the door to go open, Amelia is going to shift her form and turn into a woman with dark skin and like shoulder length, like black hair.
Okay.
Kind of like unassuming clothing, very commoner, tries to match like the clothing that she's seen around town so far.
Roll me a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're doing this walking up the stairs. But you are, in fact, between effectively Metolius and Grimtuck, who are both taller than you. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities that no one would see it.
How tall are you, Metolius?
I'm 5'6".
Oh, you're not as tall as I thought you were.
I'm
You're a big
half-elf.
personality.
Yeah.
Big personality. Grimtuck's tall as
I'm
fuck.
6'2".
I'm big as fuck.
I'm 6'2".
Well,
Amelia rolled a 6.
okay. As far as you know, you've changed without question. And no one saw. Okay. Okay. So, the door opens. Metolius walks in. That statement is had. He introduces himself as Razar Oceanbraid and offers you all the first, if not the first of the complimentary drinks on the house.
Do we know that Amelia's changed?
Oh, you've all seen it.
Okay.
You wouldn't know until you look back.
Oh, we've seen her do it before.
You've seen her do it before, but also, I think Metolius, if you were standing behind Metolius, give or take, like, sure, if that's the marching order, then Metolius would be the only one who hadn't seen you change until
That's true.
you look back.
I mean, she probably would have like hung back a little bit
Okay.
to try and like make it to where the people inside the building didn't see
notice?
it. Yeah.
Right. So I would guess then probably 2 out of the 4 of you hadn't noticed Amelia change. However that progression goes, maybe the elf boys front and the rest behind. So yeah, the elf boys have not seen it.
So I guess when Metolius turns to gesture to the rest of them, he'll like
You notice a very
it like throws him off his
sure.
step a moment. He's just like, and yes, these are my friends.
Well, please make yourself at home. The Puffin's Nest is a home to all. Feel free to pick your poison and your table. I will have one of them, the barmaids, bring you your drinks.
Excellent. Let us drink.
Yeah.
Yes, let's. And Amelia pushes herself forward and like kind of leans on the bar. We're gonna need 2 pitchers of some ale, and we're also gonna need another bottle of something harder.
Well, I'd say the 2 pitchers are covered. The bottle is something harder. Let's do 6 silver.
Do you have a
Wonderful.
dark rum?
I think we have something like that kicking around.
Yeah.
Sounds like we're gonna need 2 bottles then.
Not a problem. Let's do a golden 2?
Wonderful. Your man here will have it. And she slaps Metolius on the back and goes to grab a table.
Well done. Grimtuck follows.
And he kind of looks at you and goes,
Picking up the whole bill. I already paid for your rooms.
I'll step
Guys.
forward and I'll put the gold. I'll put the gold down.
So yeah, gold and 2 silver. Puts it down. You put down 2 gold, or just do you have the silver as well?
Oh, I'll put 2 gold down and leave it.
Okay. He kind of goes, these are some pretty good tourists. Not a problem. The barmaid will be with you if you need any food or anything, and they'll bring it out to you.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
Again, you see
Not a problem.
a swath of individuals throughout the bar, including other folk, a few furbolgs, some tabaxi, humans, and a smattering of other races, maybe a dwarf or 2,
So-
halflings sticking around.
Amelia, question for you. This is just, I don't know, just wondering. But, like, you're easily one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen. Why do you look different all the time whenever we go anywhere?
Is this when it's just the 2 of us, or when everybody's sitting
We're
down?
all at the table.
And she just kind of like leans back and like relaxes and just kind of looks around and acts like she didn't hear her name.
We're gonna do this, okay? Not Amelia? Like, I don't know. I don't know all your other names. Should I make one up, or how does this work?
I make them up as I go.
Well, what is it? You didn't tell us.
No.
Did you make Amelia up?
No.
I didn't even answer my question. Okay, a person. I don't even have to say a name. Let me try again. Hey, you.
What's the point if you're just gonna call me out every time I do it?
I'm not every time. I'm just wondering why. Like, if I radiated light and, like, had glistening eyes and, like, no scars, which is unfortunate, but do you? You know? I would look just like me and just walk around.
I mean, I thought I've mentioned it before, but I'm uneasy around large groups of people.
Is it because they, like, whistle at you?
I don't.
I hang out with a lot of pirates, so it's not outside the realm of possibility, if that's the reason. Because you could just punch them in the face and they'll stop.
I mean, most of the time, if it requires something like that, then that's what happens. But
Alright, that's fair. That makes sense.
I
You just
just-
want to, like, level it down a little.
I just don't like to draw attention to myself.
Alright, that's fine. Just curious.
That makes sense.
Here.
Here.
Here's to
Here.
the quaintest little Puffin town.
Here.
The quaintest puff in town.
Nobody will probably try and sell us out to fire giants here. I really like this place. But I was wrong. We didn't have to go to the pirate
Amelia
town.
kind of like puts her face in her hands and like shakes her head.
I wanted to go to the pirate town. You guys wanted to come here, and I gotta say, you were right.
A few moments later, as Grimtuck is relinquishing that, you see this, young woman, probably mid-20s human, long kind of chestnut hair, green dress, low cut, as per the usual of the situation. Coming decently.
But totally, yes.
It's gonna be one of those nights. Huh?
It usually is.
I mean, we can fast forward through it.
But it's happening.
Well, I'm gonna try to make it happen.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
We're gonna work on it.
She comes over and goes,
Apply my
2
trade.
pitchers and 2 bottles of the strong rum.
Yes, thank you, dear. Finally. And she just starts reaching for stuff off the tray.
She kind of allows it at first and then stops and like starts putting it down for you, takes glasses off, puts them down and goes, what about it? As she kind of folds the tray underneath her arm. Food. Anything for food? Right now we have a good, just a bit of braised elk on the stove right now.
Do you have any fish?
Yes,
I would love some good fish, as we are in a fishing village.
we are. We have a wide variety. Is there a preference?
Have you ever had... I've never had quipper before. Do you have quipper?
We do. It's a little bit on the not as easily accessible side, but we have a couple. We have a quipper stew right now.
A quipper stew? Yes, I'd try that.
Not a problem. The rest of you, venison, fish. What you looking for?
I'll have the elk.
Got that? Just flank some bread around.
Yeah, bread.
Yeah.
Bread.
Whole thing.
The huge.
The fish sounds wonderful
Yeah,
for me too, my dear.
I agree.
Not a problem.
I'll need a wash basin. I'm covered with anchovy juice and Puffin shit.
I can get that set up for you. I would say I'm not going to want you to wash yourself down here, though.
No, just point me in the right direction.
Up the stairs, far back, and farthest left door.
I'm gonna go clean anchovy juice and Puffin shit off my arms before
Gross.
I eat.
Good for you.
Hey,
Glad you're doing
step in
that.
the right direction.
Not a total savage. Good
Uh,
job.
I was gonna say barbarian my ass.
Yeah, as you kind of go
Way
around.
to play against type. Jeez.
She goes off into the kitchen, seemingly to grab all your meals. She, as Grimtuck is washing himself off, comes back, puts down a plate of what seems to be pretty fresh baked bread on the table, and goes, meals will be up in just a moment. Please let me know if there's anything else you need, any other drinks or that kind of thing around the bar. Just call me over. My name is Dana.
Dana?
Dana. Noted.
Is there any other music going on in this bar?
There seems to be a few people plucking strings in the back, but nothing crazy. There isn't like a main bar band by any means.
No Cantina band here.
What's that?
No Cantina band here?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Means I kinda-
Noted.
Not yet.
Yes.
Exactly.
I do have a thing I want to do when Grimtuck gets back.
Sure. It takes a few minutes. Dana has left and kind of made her rounds around the table. You see Grimtuck walk back down the
Just
stairs.
smelling his hands.
It smelled great.
Yes. Try to just make sure I got all the anchovy.
There's enough.
Yeah, okay. Back down.
You see Grimtuck walk back down to the main floor.
Hey, did I hear you say you only had 12 gold?
I only got 12 gold.
You want to bet it?
What are we playing?
Dice?
Is it with your...
No.
I know how you're fucking... We've used those dice. If we get some new dice, we can go do that.
House dice.
Do you think they have house
Some
dice?
House dice?
I'll play with some house dice. Not playing
Dang
with
it.
your fucking dice.
You don't know what I was going to do.
Cheat?
Yeah,
I've cheated other people out of money with you.
but... Never mind. Don't worry about it.
No, I want to gamble. Let's get some house dice.
Alright, fine.
All right. Let's go to the... Hail the barmaid.
Call me out.
Thought
I was
you're-
going to reverse cheat so you could have some more gold.
Oh, I thought you were going to cheat me out of my gold. Fuck.
Dana walks over. Yes? What can I do for you?
If you could just apparently punch me in the head, that would be great.
I could do that for you.
No,
thanks
yeah,
for telling
I
us.
don't think... my
And barring
boss-
that, do you have
I'm
any
sure
dice?
any number of us could help with that.
Yeah, it's true.
Do I have what?
Dice. Do you have dice?
Dice. I think we have a gaming set somewhere in here. It's not... give me a sec. I'll go check with the bartender.
Might as well try and salvage something out of this. God, you gotta like...
You see her
You
go
gotta
to
throw
the
those ones in real slow.
You see her go to the bartender, and you see her whisper, and you see his arm go up and just like make a punching motion. She nods, and he goes, "No, no, you can't." It's like, she comes back after a few minutes with a large tray. Once again, puts down the elk in front of Metolius. She actually puts down this large, almost looking like a salmon steak, like a big fish steak, in front of the three of you, Amelia, Rain, and Grimtuck, and then puts down a nice large stone bowl of what seems to be like a chowder of some kind, a little bit creamy, with a little bit of red. She goes, "The quipper stew for you, the fish steaks for the three of you, and for you, sir, I have your elk.
Delicious.
Any more drinks, anything like that by this point?"
No, I'm quite content.
When the dice get brought over to the table, I want to try to sleight of hand my charlatan dice onto the table.
Okay.
Instead.
And she does. She has two.
Like I'll put out my hand to take them, and I want to like just.
Okay. Here you go, miss. The dice you all wanted.
27.
Jesus fuck.
Anyone who would like to can roll perception on that to see if.
There's no way I'm hitting that.
I think I'm like sort of skimming over this scroll that I just picked up today rather than paying full attention.
With a natural 19, I got a 24.
Oh!
So
I beat you with my natural 14.
yes, you did soundly.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, no one noticed Rain palm the first set of dice and replace them with the charlatan dice.
All right, let's dance. I'm ready for this.
Apologies. The bartender says he would like them back at the end of the night. But
not
feel
a
free to use them
problem.
as long as you need.
We can do that.
And he also requested that if you happen to be very good at this whatever game you're playing, do leave the other patrons with at least a couple coin in their pocket.
Oh, we can do that.
We enjoy having coin come to us as well.
Not a problem.
Thank you. And she goes off.
All right, how much you putting in?
I mean, 12 gold. That's what I got. We're just playing heads up, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Okay.
we can roleplay it if we want, but I'm just rigging it so that he wins a few times.
Oh, okay.
Double or nothing.
I legit am
12,
thinking
12.
we're playing with normal dice.
Yeah, you think we're playing with normal dice.
Yeah.
I'm just having really
So,
bad luck tonight.
In this course, you both put up 12.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, you the three others, Elduin, Amelia, and Metolius all see Grimtuck win about, I would say, 36 gold altogether? Yeah. So, leaving a total of 48 in his pocket after recouping the 12 you put in initially. At no point, only at one point in the course of this did Rain win any back, giving a little bit of sway towards seeming that this is the same set that was handed initially. You're just having a damn fine good bit of luck tonight.
This is legitimately one of the best days I've had. Winning money, playing with puffins.
Like to insight check Rain.
No, it
Sure.
is the best day.
What's her motivation? Or if I could gain insight to her, like
You don't know that there was any cheating
Not-
done yet.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
You can absolutely try.
Nope, never mind. I don't
so
know.
I lost 36 gold.
Yeah.
No, I think we got it from the patrons, didn't we? No, we were playing heads up.
Oh no, we
You
were
were
just
just
yeah,
playing
just me
back
and
and
you
forth.
first.
Okay.
We can continue to gamble if you want to, but like
No, you just gained 36 gold, effectively.
yes.
Oh, okay,
like
yeah.
out of my pocket.
At this point, you hear...
And you do not know it was intentional.
Oh, no,
You
I
hear the door creak,
fucking bamboozled.
and you see Silence and Tabaxi walk in. One that seems to be in a few leathers, a lighter skinned, almost tabby-like coloration on their fur. And she actually notices, as she walks in, she notices the five of you and kind of waves, says something to her companion that she walked in with, and walks over to the bar. As she does, you see her grab a big glass, a big mug of ale, and then grab a bottle, as well as the Tabaxi grabs another drink as well, and then brings it over the table and goes, "Well, I'd say fancy meeting you here, but being that I told you all to come here, I was hoping you'd be awake still when I got here. How is everyone doing? Enjoying town?"
This place is nice.
So peaceful and calm.
It's true. You'd be surprised that any place like this could exist, especially as you all have experienced how abrasive the main island can be. Pardon me. I apologize. This is Emerald. He's my friend. I haven't seen him in a little bit of time, but I do know that he actually might be very helpful for all of you. And Emerald kind of stops her and goes, "I can talk for myself. Please, I am Emerald Dust of the Whispering Mountain Clan. Emerald to my friends. Silence has told me that you all wish to venture higher up into the wilds, which isn't your normal, let's just say, not the normal travel plans of people just visiting. May I ask what and he kind of hunches down as he sits down. You see him be a little bit forward in this. And he kind of looks at you all, and his eyes kind of, his cat eyes kind of go to fine slits as he kind of looks you all over. He goes, what business do you have outside of the town of Ostwald?
Looks at Silence and says, "So this guy's a friend?"
Very close one. He's been a part of this town just almost as long as I have, and a part of this island. I promise, though he may be a little bit, how should I say, overbearing at times, he already knows at least enough of what I know, that you have told me. He just wishes to hear it from the horse's mouth. He kind of looks at you and almost in a sheepish light and goes, "She's not wrong. I like to make sure that the people I interact with are honest in truth and willing to tell me, especially if I'm willing to offer, should I say, my services."
Metolius just puts his thumb in the chain of the necklace where the holy symbol is, and he just lifts it so that the unicorn symbol is visible and says, "We have an invitation."
An invitation? Interesting.
From the Lord of the Glade.
Well then, I think my assistance is very necessary. I would say, without me, you might be traveling in circles, but I think I could offer you a bit of ease of travel. Say, maybe lead you at least north enough to find this glade you speak of.
How much do you want for your services?
None. Let's call this a...
Then what do you want for your services?
Silence kind of chimes in at this point. Let's say I called in a favor. I needed a little bit, he owed me one. Saved his life a little while ago, and, after you all saved mine and my ship, I figure I could offer the same service to you.
Fair
That's
enough.
Very generous of you, Silence. Thank you.
Well, I enjoy your company and like to see you come back. So, I figure why not assist, being that we're all on the same side.
When can we set out?
I would say we want to set out at dawn, maybe soon after, if anything. It's better to catch the sun as it just peaks. We don't want to be traveling too hard and too far at midday, if we can.
Excitedly, Elduin is going to pull out this large roll, this sort of map case roll, and put down this mostly unfinished map of this, what I've seen for this island from books from main Dakatur, and just be like, so what can you tell me about the North? A little preview, if you will. I'm very curious.
You see him kind of throw back his drink and finish it, and he holds out the glass and kind of points towards the bottles. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate it. Takes another deep sip. As he does, he goes, well, as you see this whole area of Sintar right here. We are here. He kind of points towards Ostwald at the very bottom, southern point. We're here. Now, if we go a little ways up from here, and he kind of points to the very center of the forest, right, if you're looking at our map, it's right where the S is for Sintar. And goes, right there sits some old ruins that have been taken by a tribe under their protection. They basically cohabitate with your single-horned friend. They protect the land, and he protects them. He allows them a fruitful bounty as he keeps the land rife with game and foods.
Does this entity have a name?
Personally, I have not met him. I do not know it. But I feel that if we do meet if you all get to the tribe, they know that entity well. They have met him. They have interacted. If they are willing, they will tell you. I would say my clan sits a little higher than that. A little more north.
Mm-hmm.
We don't deal with the tribe as much. And he kind of points it out. He goes, I will be going here. And he points up to the higher point. If you look on the map, it's to the lake in the very center. I will be going here. I can leave you off at the tribal point where the glade is, if that suits your fancy.
If this tribe can help us find this unicorn, then that seems to suit our needs.
This tribe is almost patrons of this unicorn you talk of. They live in harmony with it. So yes, I think they could easily be some people that help.
And what nature is this tribe? What kind of people are they?
Furbolg mostly. Some of my people also live there too. They're more so the kinds that stay away from cities and towns. Ones who keep to themselves. They are good people, but they are also ones to keep at a distance. At least keep us at one.
What is the name of this Furbolg tribe?
It is, well, we will be going to Elm Deep. This is the Timber Deep village. Villages, really. But we will be venturing to the southern point. That is where I will leave you. That is Elm Deep.
Elm Deep?
Elm Deep.
How do you spell that?
ELM. Deep. One word. But for now, I would say enjoy your drink, sleep well, go through with it, and we will see you on the morn. If there's anything else you need from me, just be prepared. I move fast. I know this land as it is my home.
You seem to be a very capable individual.
I grew up on here. I have traveled it many times. I know all the hills, dales, and all the dangers. But I appreciate it. Thank you. He kind of takes another drink, finishes that one, and goes, could I ask one more? A little nightcap before I go.
Absolutely.
Amelia reaches out and fills his glass again.
As he throws it back, to you all, Emerald will see you as the sun shines in the morning.
We'll be ready to go at dawn.
I think I'm ready to turn in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Silence
about
kind of
you
looks
guys?
at you all and takes a stiff drink and goes, well, I'm glad I was able to help. I was...
Your help is much appreciated.
You'd be surprised how fickle a tabaxi can be, but luckily, having saved his life, it helps. Yes, do you turn in? Do you sleep well? I will say, I know, there's talk around. You may have someone visiting you in the morning. Nothing bad, I promise. Just, word is spread of your deeds. So, be prepared to say, maybe shake a few hands.
You see Amelia get a kind of concerned look on her face. What do you mean?
I'm sure it's nothing.
I mean, I told my family and my parents of what you all did. Just killing the Shrike. It's been a thorn in our sides for years. It's a thorn in everyone's side here. It's something that we have to deal with. Word has already possibly gotten back to the mayor. I apologize. I didn't mean it to go so far. So he might want to come thank you before you leave.
Oh, I'm sure that won't be a problem.
That's all I've told, though, I promise. I tried to keep it as low-key as possible. Sadly, my parents...
It's quite alright.
Don't worry,
very
Amelia.
excitable.
If you want, and he just makes a little hand gesture. I got you. Nothing. It's a joke. It's kidding.
Please don't kill our mayor.
You do see that kind of look of concern and worry just stay on Amelia's face. Amelia's face.
Yes.
You know, a little twist, then a magic door, then it come back.
A little twist and shout.
No, you remember. Just...
Why the concern? I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure they want to give us something.
I hope so. Silence has given us no reason to believe otherwise, but...
Sometimes people are just generous.
Sometimes
We're
they're
thankful.
not.
Sometimes they're not, but this village seems very wholesome.
She kind of silence while still... Because she hasn't left yet. She kind of looks at you across. I can see in your eyes that you're concerned, and I understand. But don't worry, beautiful. It's going to be fine. They're just going to say hi, shake a few hands, and let you off on your own. You always can look like this and then change back, and they'll never know the difference.
You don't have to wear your real face.
I'm not.
Okay.
If you desire, you could perhaps just stay in the room while this is happening.
I'm more concerned that your presence will be more of a concern.
What do you mean?
I know that we're far away now, but the leader of a city is still a leader of a city.
Silence kind of goes around the table, and starts to put a arm around you, but notice it kind of tries to give you a sign of is this okay?
I don't shirk it off.
Okay. She puts the arm around you and kind of turns her head towards you, whispering in your ear. As I said before, this is a free city. Our mayor here does not answer to anyone on the mainland. Your names will never pass anyone's lips past here. The closest place is Ocean Shade, and trust me, anyone that we don't wish to hear about us never goes there. And only a few of us go out to the mainland. And a lot of us don't wish for our names to be spread so far.
I just hoped you're right.
I know. Don't worry. Famous last words, but you can trust me.
Plus, whenever you do something heroic, people throw you a feast, and everybody gets drunk, and then we had a couple feasts thrown for us, and I've had a bunch back at home. It's pretty great. You just eat all the food.
She kind of looks over at Grimtuck and goes, "That's probably not going to happen."
Really, you guys aren't big on feasts?
We're not a very big town.
All right. Well, later we'll get a feast. I guarantee it.
I mean, more than anything, you're also leaving bright and early in the morning. When do you think it's feasted?
I don't know. I'm just saying. That seems to be everybody's reaction whenever we.
I think it's just an example Grimtuck is using
Yeah.
to illustrate
But
Something
like,
we could
I apologize.
breakfast can also be a feast.
Yeah, I mean,
more
call
so.
brunch.
yeah, brunch. If it's a buffet, that's like a small feast.
More so. I apologize if that's what you were expecting. You may not get a
A
feast.
continental feast.
Continental feast.
We're on an island, not the main continent.
Cheerios
Oh my
and
goodness.
bagels.
I was gonna say we're like on the Holiday Inn island of the chain.
Bananas, Fruit Loops.
Poke.
Yeah,
Best
no.
Western Oswald.
Before we call it for the night, I'm gonna look at Grimtuck. One more shot and one more game. 5 gold.
All right, let's do it.
I'm going to switch the charlatan dice back for the house dice.
Roll it.
All right, so we'll just roll straight up on this one.
Let's see.
What do we roll?
19 for my sleight of hand to switch the dice back.
Well,
You can feel free to roll on that if you want.
I have no reason to not trust you.
Fair. All right, what do we roll? Just a 20?
2d6.
2d6?
Got close, but no.
High wins.
I got a 9.
I can count 9.
Oh shit, we gotta go again.
Roll again. Doubles the pot.
Tight.
10 in, 20 out.
8.
I got 6.
Rain wins 20 back.
Nice.
Wait, no, it would only be... Oh, I guess, well, I win the pot of 20.
Yeah.
But I only gain 10.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right, good game.
She got Silence kind of looks at you and just shakes her head. Just like, oh my god.
Trust me, I know.
Amelia, sorry, I should have mentioned this earlier, as I don't sleep much. I was planning on learning a bit of this spell tonight while you all are sleeping, but I realized that you would wish to join. Would you like to?
Yes, that sounds wonderful.
Well, then let's get started now before you get too tired.
Yes, that sounds delightful.
Guess we'll go
Yeah.
up to our room and we'll
Silence kind of
start
looks at Joel
showing.
and goes, I guess I'll make my leave. I'll see you all in the morning. Have a good night.
Right and early. Have a good night.
You as well.
Silence, before you go, question. Is the ship docked at the harbor, or is it out at the harbor, or is it at the dock?
It's out in the harbor.
All right.
That's why that's why we were going to take the small boats, but you decided to pull one yourself.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Sorry, anyways, have a good night.
No, of course. Yeah. As that occurs, Elduin and Amelia go off. What are the other three? Metolius, Grimtuck, Rain, what are you doing?
I mean...
Also, who's in what room, by the way?
How many rooms did we get?
3.
3.
2, 2, and 1.
2, 2, and 1.
Grimtuck's just gonna go find a bed.
Okay.
I'll bunk with Amelia because we're doing this.
I was gonna say Amelia was gonna try and get her own room, but if we're gonna be hanging out doing magic stuff, then
Totally probably wants his own
We're doing
barmaid
magic
fancy.
stuff.
Galaxy brain, Grimtuck.
Rain and Grimtuck.
Yes, I'm taking the single room.
Amelia
Yeah.
and got it. Got it.
That won't be a single room.
Hey.
Settle down, Don Juan.
So
Attempt-
before we go off to
5'9"
the
in
magic
both
stuff,
directions.
you see Dana walking around.
I wish to plot to
Sure. How you do?
How you do?
How you do?
how you do. I just want to say hey.
Hey.
Put a hand on her shoulder and just say hey.
I said hey.
What a wonderful kind. Damn it.
I don't know. I will just sort of like take my lute out and play it and just sort of get to know her and
Roll it.
and
The party paladin. It's been a while since we've had party paladin.
I'm not like trying to roll to seduce, but I'm trying to.
He's not trying to
I'm
not.
roll for. I'm trying to roll for.
he's never
consent.
not trying to not
Trying to roll for consent. It's great. It's good. We got woke party paladin here.
Yeah.
Consent is sexy.
I love
PC
it.
party paladin.
Yeah.
Right.
23.
Yeah. I mean, so after a good amount of time, you start plucking, taking over. That's really cute. Taking over the kind of bar ambiance around, and you get a little bit of an audience. People kind of cheersing and singing along and out of tune. And
Bard light.
Yep.
Gingerbeard the bard.
But
Gingerbard.
while this is all going on, you see Dana kind of walk over, have to clean up all the glasses and things, and goes, "You're pretty good with that thing, aren't you?"
I am.
Stop laughing.
My mother taught me.
Oh, going the mama's boy route. It's a sensitive one. I like this. I like where this is going.
Soft boy.
Yeah.
Soft boy, kind boy.
Soft strong.
Soft strong. Strong boy. Well, she taught you quite
Strong
well.
heart.
I have to say, I'm impressed. We don't usually have musicians coming through.
Well, whatever I can do to spread a little light in the world.
How are you going to drop me? I'm sorry. How are you dropping me that line to then have to pick up on that one? Whoa, dog. Okay, so she kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, my shift ends in about an hour. I definitely want to spread light myself. Maybe a drink."
Yeah, I have a room upstairs.
Well,
All
perfect.
to myself.
Turns out. Didn't plan this. No. She goes, "Well, just wait for me up there. And I'll come bearing gifts."
Excellent.
Give her the excellent.
She kind of gives you a wink and continues what she's doing, cleaning up and doing all that stuff.
Metolius will flash a smile and purchase a bottle of wine.
Blinds her with the white. Just like, cool.
Buys a bottle of wine and heads upstairs.
I would say the night goes swimming.
Excellent.
Though whoever's next to it doesn't sleep super well. Oh, actually, I'm gonna leave it to Amelia and.
Yeah, make them in the middle room.
Yeah, Amelia and yes.
Oh, I was gonna say if there's any rum left in either of the bottles, I would take it up to the room with me.
Oh, are you guys getting busy too?
Oh, we
You guys
definitely
have
would have
no idea.
We definitely would have taken a bottle of rum with us.
Yeah, we had a different
Amelia
bottle.
would have at least.
Yeah.
I would say you, Grimtuck and Rain both take a bottle of rum,
Mhm.
and
We
Amelia
take
and
the other
Elwin as
one.
well as take the other one.
For sure.
Metolius takes a bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
So we move over to Amelia and Eldwin, who are learning magics.
We're learning magics. We're learning a bit of ritual magic. It's
Dana's learning some magic too.
Nerd day.
some evocation magic. I imagine there's some writing of arcane symbols on paper. There's some pointing. There's some discussing. There's some small little puffs of energy from fingertips.
So when we walk into the room, Amelia's gonna let me see the scroll.
I hand it over.
And she's gonna walk over to table, bed, whatever surface we have to work with.
Yep.
And she's gonna go and like roll out the scroll and like put it on the table and just start kind of like explaining it and be like, see, so these set of runes here mean this, and she's gonna unholster her book and lay it out on the table next to the scroll.
You're
gonna see her. You're gonna see her kind of flip through a bunch of blank pages, and she finds the one she's looking for and sets it down. And as she starts like explaining this to you, be like, this is how this works, and these symbols mean this. And she's like pointing at the scroll and then pointing at her book to kind of like compare the two. But you see her pointing at blank pages.
Okay. This is. You seem to have quite the knowledge of it, but I'm sorry, I'm at a loss. I cannot read your book. Is this in some sort of?
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
How?
I tried to tell you once. I completely forgot. I guess we never had a chance to talk about it again.
What is it?
Well, this is my book where I keep all of my spells and arcane information that I use.
Ah, yes, just like this one, and I'll sort of tap mine.
Yes, exactly. But until we met Silence, I didn't realize that nobody else could read it.
Silence can read it.
Wait, there's...
No, she couldn't. That's how I found out nobody else could.
Oh, I see. Interesting. And this goes back to when you first have memories.
Well, that's the thing. I never had it until I woke up on the beach.
Wait. Sorry, do you remember what happened before the beach then?
No,
But you had it on the beach.
I did.
And you just can read it, and you are familiar with the knowledge in it. It is...
Yeah. I don't know how. I, for some reason, feel like the knowledge within was somewhat already known to me, but waking up there, it was all just there, just in front of me. Something I could hold. Before, it was all just stuff that I was learning.
Huh. And have you added to the book since waking and remembering?
I have.
I see. Quite an enigma.
But again, and she starts like flipping through pages past it. I didn't know that no one else could see it.
Do you have any recollection of why it is that you can see this and I cannot?
I don't. As we look at this, I see words filling pages all the way to the back.
Would I have any historical knowledge or just general knowledge of why something would be just totally invisible to one but not another?
Could roll, I would say if you're going historical, roll history. If you're going otherwise, roll arcana.
Probably Arcana.
Sure.
More.
Either way.
Not great. That's an 8.
No, it confounds you. It could be some form of higher magic that you're just unaware of, or some deity that wishes only for the person chosen to read it, but you're not specifically aware of why.
Possibly one obsessed with secrets?
Yeah, no kidding. So fascinating. And when
What
you
a twist.
when you are summoning your magic, when you are casting your
And
spells,
Boston Firm.
do you interact with this book or is it merely a reference?
For some of them, I wouldn't. For some of my magical abilities, I wouldn't be able to use them if I didn't have this book.
I see. Interesting. I am actually the same. I'm in the same camp as you. I will cast magic in a ritual manner, a ritualistic manner. I am a bit of a neophyte myself and cannot yet cast these spells in the heat of battle, as it were. Well, a couple of little trivances I can, but not grand spells. But I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to improve. It is a hobby of mine, in a manner of speaking. I was trained a soldier and taught the energies of a soldier from Evermeet, but beyond the deadly arts, I have not had much formal training. So, but anyways, back to this. I would love to have this spell under some amount of knowledge, familiarity. Let's continue.
And Amelia flips back to the pages that she was originally on and begins to go through the same thing again. Starts explaining like what these sentences mean and like what the gestures they're talking about are and all that, and just tries to help him learn the spell.
Yeah.
Over the course of the night, you guys work together. Amelia, I always forget, is it something where you have less sleep than you need, or you're just...
None.
That's what I thought.
You need no sleep?
No sleep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Tweakers.
Damn. All right.
All night magic nerd.
Both of you work long into the night, but by the end of it, by the time Eldwin has to go into his trance, you have supplied the spell into your book.
Sick.
And again, it takes a little bit of doing, but it definitely helped having you there. It made it a little
Faster.
Faster, a little easier. And I would
Fast
say
and
Elduin
easy.
got a bit.
I was
Elduin
hoping.
got a bit
yeah.
bit of insight on how your spells work, Amelia. Though maybe not like purely, and doesn't fully understand it. I would say it's something that he may not have known initially.
Well, I actually teach him to use it exactly the way that he's using it. So at one point, I actually sit down and perform the ritual. And as we sit on the floor facing across from each other, the
Word.
dome arises around us.
Word. Awesome.
Nice. Awesome.
So yeah, you find yourself midway through this kind of ritual casting, or basically midway through this whole process, you find yourself in this dome for a moment, for as long as Amelia holds it. And it's interesting, you look around and it helps you make sense of it all. When I push my power and thought into this is what comes of it. And it just, again, it brings about a sense and an ability to grasp at this a lot faster.
Nice. Would it speed it up enough that I could also summon Teak again tonight?
I think so.
Delightful. Well, then I'll move into the summoning of Teak right before I enter into my trance in the early hours of the morning.
So yeah, within the course of that, you notice Elduin put out all of his brazier and all of his...
Oh yeah, when he starts going into that, Amelia just finds a place to sit down and just watches.
Word.
Yeah. There's some words that are said, some arcane words in
Yeah.
different languages, and
The lights
there's
go
Some
dim.
tongues
Lights
are
go-
spoken.
some tongues are spoken,
The
incense is
fire-
burned.
The fire goes dim as as this kind of almost purplish lighted smoke just pours out of the brazier and kind of erupts and forms into the owl that you so know. As Teak kind of unfurls its wings and it with one swift flap lands on your shoulder and then kind of gives a few little nips and nuzzles.
Hey there, little buddy. Yeah, it's been nice. It's nice having you back. I missed you. Yeah, I saved you something, and I'll pull the last anchovy out of my pocket.
Anchovy smuggler.
We'll allow it.
All right.
No wonder those puffins wouldn't believe we didn't have any more anchovies. We counted. They were we counted 74 anchovies.
In the distance, you hear.
The Puffin
and when-
Lord's ears perk.
When we had walked back into the room, Amelia changed into her regular form.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
Rad.
Well, then I'm gonna
Regular
sit
form.
cross-legged on. I'm gonna sit cross-legged on the bed and enter into my trance.
Okay. And yeah, as that goes on, the night finishes. Over the course, if you were all paying attention, at least on the northern room ahead of you, you definitely hear a ruckus time.
Some speaking in tongues.
Some speaking in tongues.
Screaming in tongues.
Is it?
I
try
do
to
have
keep
one
it-
thing
Yeah.
I want to do.
Keep it low key.
When I get
Ish.
upstairs, I want to just sit at the edge of Grimtuck's bed
Mhm.
and take a swig of rum and say, "Hey, can you tell me a story about when you were a pirate?"
Boom.
Yeah, I think I told this one before, but we came upon this ship, this fat little merchant guy, right? The ship looked expensive. I thought for sure the haul was going to be amazing, so we fly the flags and we, do all the fire the cannons for the warning shots, and we board this ship. And this fat little merchant, he's supposed to be the richest one ever. We got the tip, but we got the wrong information. He wasn't going to make a purchase. He's coming back from making a purchase. So instead of having a pile of gold and jewels and platinum, we found nothing but designer women's clothing. His entire hold stocked full of silk dresses and
Hey,
just
silk's
bousiers
expensive.
and yeah, but really,
Yeah, I mean,
we did the whole thing with the ropes, and then there were fire arrows, and we're talking everything. And we get aboard, and we find underwear. Fucking underwear. It was not the most crowning achievement as a pirate that I could possibly ever have. But, I mean, I didn't even know what to do. We basically just threatened his life if he told anyone, and just let him go. Because, like, if he goes and sells it, then we're like, oh, maybe we can get him when he's coming back. So it just didn't work out very well. We never found him again. He changed his trade routes, but I swear to God, if that little fucker talks, I'll hunt him down to this day.
To this day.
It is embarrassing. And the whole time, Grimtuck's just laying on his back on the bed, just looking at the glass eye, telling you this story, and just kind of laughing to himself. And he's like, pickaxe. Him and I laughed about that one for a solid month.
Yeah.
It was it's pretty funny. We had a pretty good time with that one. No, before you ask, I didn't try on any of the underwear. It's very, but it did feel soft, and it smelled like perfume.
Oh. It didn't smell like perfume.
How about you tell me a story about a heist?
I mean, I never did anything too exciting.
What about just your best failure?
I mean, there was only one failure, and it was
The big one?
the big one.
You never messed up a job before that.
I mean, like, everything I did was middle of the night stuff.
Alright,
While
yeah.
people were sleeping,
Okay, that's fair. I guess heist wasn't really your thing.
Yeah.
It was more.
There was a lot less action and a lot more sneaking in the shadows.
A lot of more bodies, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, that could be funny too sometimes.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
But I don't think the rest of the group appreciates our humor in that regard. Here, check this thing out. And they throw her the glass eye.
I grab it. And I look at it.
I'm pretty sure it's... Well, I already told you about it.
Yeah, wait,
But-
where did you get this thing again?
Oh, that's Pickaxe's eye. It popped out of his head when I crushed his skull.
I'm just like staring at it, like, from all directions.
Do you think he's mad at me? And that's why he's like, he keeps looking at me?
I mean,
It doesn't seem to move at all for you. It looks like a glass eye.
it just looks like a glass eye to me.
And he's my friend for like a year.
Roll a
Maybe-
perception check, Grimtuck.
No. Maybe even my best friend. 7.
Yeah, it just seems... Rain seems to, like, roll it in her hands and look at it. Nothing seems to come with it.
I mean, when I found out he was trying to move into being a slaver, of course, I killed him on the spot. But, I mean, we were friends for a long time.
As you do for your friends.
So-
As you do.
I mean, it's,
Slavers are zombies. You kill them on sight.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a shatter chain thing. But, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I felt bad about it. But I figured maybe if he's like sticking around in the eye, like keeping an eye on me. It's not what I was going for.
I mean, really, you're keeping his eye on you.
Yeah, I mean, I keep thinking about just throwing it away, but I don't know. I've had it for a long time. Kind of makes me think of better times.
At that point, I pull a coin out of my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I pull it out, and it's just like a black coin with like a dragon on it, like flying, like forward. Like I've had this for a long time.
What is it?
And a symbol of who I used to be.
Can I see it?
Yes, you can.
All right, check it out.
Oh, wait.
Oh shit, you actually have it in real life.
Yeah, I actually do have it in real life. Thanks to Dix over there. As I have to fish it out of my dice bag. Apologize to the listeners.
No,
There we go.
that's a good, nice. Oh, that one. Yes, that one.
Do I recognize the symbol?
Roll a history check, yeah.
I think so.
Let's see.
Not great. I already know my intelligence modifier. That's a 3.
Nope, you've never heard of the Black Dragon Clan.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Huh. That's pretty badass. Is that something you're trying to get back to, or something you're trying to get away from?
Away from.
Why do you carry this?
I don't know. Like you said, you're thinking about getting rid of the eye. I've been thinking about getting rid of this, but I haven't yet.
I'll make you a deal.
Yeah?
How about you hold on to this eye, and I'll hold on to this coin. And if you ever want it back, you can ask for it.
I like that.
Alright. Go ahead and hand her the glass eye.
I hand him the coin.
Okay. You pass them back and forth.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
Anything else before we call the night?
No, I think we
To
just
the day?
trade silly pickpocketing stories and shit like that till we fall asleep.
Got it. Day comes.
Bio break.
Yeah. Sure. We'll be right back.
We awaken.
Day breaks. And God plays with the music. But day breaks, and you all wake up. You feel a soft kiss on your cheek, Metolius, as Dana...
I do.
You do. As Dana bids you adieu and gets off to work.
I roll
rest
over
of
and
you-
go back to sleep.
Sure. The rest of you all do your best to take your time, wake up, and all that. You smell breakfast cooking down below. You hear a slight bit of commotion as is usual for your basic inn. Nothing new. But once you all decide to wake up and come downstairs, you do so. How long does it take? I mean, obviously the two non-sleepers probably wake up at dawn, or at least start moving towards dawn. Rain and Grimtuck, didn't get super wasty.
No.
You maybe a little after dawn.
Medium wasty.
Medium wasty.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take you, Metolius, to come down?
A little bit after dawn.
A little bit after. So it comes down where the magic duo comes downstairs, followed by the rogue / barb mix.
The ne'er-do-wells.
The ne'er-do.
Amelia pretty much hangs out until Elduin comes out of his trance, gets ready to go, and before we head downstairs, Amelia changes back into the form with the dark skin and
Sounds good.
dark hair and
Okay.
gets ready to go.
Followed, not too far behind by Metolius, as you all make it downstairs in your own way. You see the barman behind the counter kind of look at you all and go, morning. Breakfast for the lot.
Yes, please.
Aye.
You see what seems to be a plate of eggs, side of fish, and some fresh fruit, all brought to the table. Anything a little harder to start your day, or should I get you some tea? Maybe some water.
Something to wake me up, please.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Brings about a pot of what seems to be a nice black tea. Pours it out. Leaves it on the table, a few cups. Breakfast goes pretty much without a hitch. You see a few familiar faces, but they seem to have also maybe stayed the night. You see Dana kind of doing her usual barmaidy thing. And the day, the morning progresses not very far. You all finished. Do you have anything to do before you... Do you want to do anything else in the bar?
Nope.
No?
Where?
Oh,
You guys see
once
that?
we-
You guys see that Teak is back.
You do all see
I'm
the
playing
Teak
with
is
Teak
back.
in the morning.
Once we...
Once everybody is downstairs together, Amelia has this quick flash of light that goes across her eyes, and everybody gets 10 temporary hit points.
Boom.
Yes. I just deleted the last ones. Now I have new ones.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So, as it all goes down, you hear once again the door opens, Silence and Emerald walk in. Emerald goes, "Good morning, friends. How did everyone sleep? Very good.
Yeah, very well.
Ready for travel? Everything is packed on my end. I'm ready to go whenever you are."
Same here.
Yes, let's be on our way. The sooner the better.
Agreed.
I have one thing I forgot to do yesterday.
What?
I need
What?
to go to the blacksmith.
Would you like to? Well, yeah. Okay.
Can we retcon it?
Sure.
Yeah, we can wreck on it.
I think it'd be easier than you trying to wake a blacksmith up.
Yeah. Can I get some silver coin ground down into powder and mixed with iron powder?
We doing rails? It's pretty metal.
The black,
Literally.
doing that black.
Phew.
Yeah.
It's barbarian cocaine.
Oh man.
Put gunpowder in there.
Yeah, dude.
That's the black.
Helps you
Anyways, yeah, it does. You
Powdered
enter
silver and iron.
powdered silver and iron. Yes, you were then in turn introduced to the Blackford Tabaxi behind the counter. He definitely, without question, offers it to you for basically being that you don't have to do much. He doesn't even ask for.
I literally give him a silver coin to grind in.
Exactly. He doesn't ask you for any compensation.
Yeah.
It just does it, asks you what you were all doing. You give him probably some base response. And
Meaningful interaction.
Nope.
Funny quip. Excellent response.
passes you back.
Thank you, component robot. Thank you, component robot.
No problem.
Interaction made.
Any time, please return when you have coin.
Relatable content.
But yes, you yesterday enjoyed the company of the proprietor of the Quenched Blade, who now offers you a pouch of silver and iron.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
The next morning.
Next morning,
Good morning.
I have a pouch of silver and iron. Didn't you know?
I apologize. I am terrible.
I would say
jeez.
single-minded.
Driven.
There you go. That's the word. That's the nice way of putting that. So, Emerald kind of looks at y'all and goes, "Excellent. Please come down." Silence
He's
goes,
spreading the light.
"It's what they call it. It's what they call it on Ostwald." Silence kind of chimes in and goes, "Remember, you're actually the mayor's here to meet you all. He's downstairs."
Bring us this mare.
We shall meet them on the way out.
Yes, I don't think he'd like to come in. He doesn't like to be seen in the establishment.
Please tell me Grimtuck's expecting a female horse.
That's what I thought.
Not quite, but I think that's fucking great.
This is the mayor of the town.
The only
No
one?
one.
Must be a very strong.
This is the
I mean,
queen
well,
bee.
we're looking for a unicorn, so maybe this town just has really
All of the heads
mare.
of state are horses. Interesting.
Well, it's because there's just a lot of druids, so they can speak with animals. But
right.
as you all exit the establishment, Razar thanks you all for your time and your for your coin, your patronage. And as you leave, you see this old gentleman, huge white beard, almost hair exploding out the top, but a very finery underneath. Not silks, but definitely nice linen clothing. And behind him sits about 4 others around, as seemingly almost like a council. As it all goes down. Interesting. Don't know why that happened. Never mind. As it all goes down, you see this old man kind of gesture to you all and goes, "The saviors of our humble Ostwald, please, let me introduce myself. I am Nelvork Moonham. I am the mayor of Ostwald. I would like to graciously and humbly thank you all for your service to our town. Without you, our silence would be, our Amelia would be harried by such terrible creatures as she has been in the past. Please, may I have your names?"
Elduin Dunare.
Metolius Blackthorn.
Just looking at the other two.
Rain.
Grimtuck of the Shattered Chain tribe.
And yours, my dear?
Amelia kind of looks around like you guys can tell she's a little concerned. She just says Amelia.
Well,
I was this close
I'll
to
do
giving you a
an
Shattered
eye.
Chain name.
Metolius Blackthorn, Rain, Grimtuck of the Chatterjee Shrine, and Amelia, I thank you all very much. We sadly cannot offer very much, as we are a small village. But he pulls out a small pouch and goes, we would like to offer you this compensation for your troubles. It's a pittance comparatively, but you have done us a good service. And he hands it over to you. Most of the town has been able to pitch into this. And again, we thank you.
Look in the pouch.
It looks like a couple hundred gold, 200 specifically.
Shrug and place it in the bag of holding.
Thank you. That is most generous.
Thank you. We heard of your heroic deeds in the Vale, and we very much appreciate it. It will make travel and even trade easier. Especially as we get later in the months. But I do not wish to keep you. I have heard that you are traveling away from our town. And he goes, yes, I told them that we have some very interesting spots to go see. Tourists and all that, as Emerald kind of chimes in. They want to go see the old trees, as they do. And you see the mayor kind of look at them, Nelvork kind of look at you and go, they are beautiful. I cannot appreciate it. Well, safe travels. You are in good hands with Emerald here. You are always welcome in our town of Ostwald. Please, any time you return, do make yourself at home.
Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Thank you.
You have done us a great service, so truly, thank you.
Be well, Elder, and thank you for the hospitality. You keep fine puffins.
He kind of looks at you with a slightly odd look. Thank you. And he and his group kind of trail off, going back to the northern portion. And as you do, Silence kind of looks at you all and goes, well, I guess this is goodbye for now. I'm staying with my ship. We have to get it fixed. Need its, ship shape as it goes.
Are we traveling by foot, or are there horses?
We'll be traveling by foot. It's easier that way, especially if you're following me. I don't really like horses as best. It shouldn't take very long, though.
Okay.
Day or two at best.
Do we have need of a pack beast? I have
Do you need
an
a pack?
ally I could summon.
I mean, feel free if you have enough things to keep. I have my back. That's all I need.
Metolius will sit down and take 10 minutes and cast Find Steed.
Okay.
And his elk, Ferris,
Oh.
is manifested into the material plane.
Emerald kind of looks over at Amelia and goes, Silence, you keep some very interesting friends. She goes, I know. They never cease to amaze me.
And then I'll load Varys up with some of our stuff.
Okay.
And just basically use him as a pack mule
Sure. Sounds good.
as we travel through the wilderness.
Yeah. Right before you leave, Silence kind of puts her hand on your shoulder, Amelia, and, kind of leans in, whispers in your ear. Make sure to not be a stranger next time you're in town. She gives you a quick kiss on the cheek. And safe travels to you all as well.
right. Good luck in getting your ship repaired.
We got good shipbuilders here. They'll fix it up right quick, and it'll be good as
Shipwrights?
something like that. It'll be good as new by the time you all return.
We'll see you when we see you.
It has been a pleasure. And she waves you goodbye and leaves the do. Emerald kind of looks at you all and goes, "It's up to it. We have a ways to go, and I want to get you there as soon as possible. I have things I need to get to."
Lead the way.
Yeah, within the, he very quickly leads you out of town. As you pass by the last remaining structure, it becomes dense old growth forest. But he is fast on his feet and knows every turn he seems to go through. Elduin, you now notice that he holds this very well-made, almost looking as though it kind of was grown from a tree itself, this bow. This beautifully intricate one. He kind of has it wrapped around his back over his chest. And all of you, again, have to keep up, but he makes sure to keep a good pace and not too fast. Within the first day, you see a good few things. He's quick. He keeps, conversation light. He seems to go about it. He makes sure to keep eyes upon the game around any dangers and lets you know. I would like you all to roll a perception check for me.
21 for Grimtuck.
13 for Rain.
Nope.
Got it.
21 for Amelia.
22 for Metolius.
Most of you all see that this is a plentiful forest. As it is, filled to the brim. Like, you see other deer and elk kind of dancing through. You even see a few bears lumber off and away, as it seems to not pay any mind to your group.
Are we stopping at all along the way? Is there any point in time when we take a rest or a break?
During the course of the day, you only stop for a mere few moments to have like a quick lunch or food or take a drink of water, even refill your canteens. But by the night, he does stall, and once it goes dark, he sets up a small campsite.
At the moment when we have an opportunity,
Yeah.
I am going to ritual cast another commune with nature.
Okay.
To try to speak with the eagle spirit.
Okay.
In doing so, I have
Summon
some
the bear.
questions to not the bear. The bear, the eagle actually I think gives me better information. The bear's just my homie.
Got it.
I would like to be given the nature of our quest as ask about influence from other planes of existence.
Okay.
As well as powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead. And this tells me within 3 miles.
3 miles?
Once we are outside of the city.
Okay. So a campsite is set up, a fire is lit. You all kind of sit around and are all talking as Grimtuck takes this time to invoke the spirit. You all see Grimtuck kind of sit there and meditate on it and whisper the words. And as he does, this spectral eagle kind of flies down from above. You all see the outline of it. It's translucent or transparent in its make, but you can just see the edges as it sits now in front of Grimtuck, as he seems to chirp towards it in this odd speech. It seems to make motions to respond. Again, none of you are tripping at the moment. You see Emerald's eyes kind of go wide and go, "You make elks appear out of thin air, and now, what? Ghost eagles? What else am I getting myself into with you all?"
We are just very in touch with the spirits of the land.
That is good. And he kind of looks at you for a moment and goes, Elwyn is a very potent figure in the land. He kind of, once again, he looks up almost as though to kind of like soothe his own self. I apologize for me being not forthright with my previous statements. My tribe does not like to talk about their powerful beings that reside within them. But Elwyn is one of us, in as much as anyone else is. And that is who you search for, it seems. Why this creature made itself known to you? Well, I have no words on that. But I am surprised to see outsiders know, even, or ask about it. At that point, as you're chirping along, Grimtuck, your eagle kind of lets you know of a very potent force, celestial in nature, kind of just a ways ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that it's just at the edges of what you can view. Its presence is making itself known.
Mm-hmm. And then any influence from other planes of existence?
From what I can tell, no. But not within the 3 miles you're working with.
And then, okay, we'll just top it off with prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples. So I get 3.
Plants, there seems to be a large amount of berry bushes prevalent throughout, which seems to be mass spread throughout this area. A large contingency of what looks to, at least in the eagle's speech, small giant folk.
Mm-hmm. What about minerals?
Minerals?
Any like caches of gold or diamonds anywhere?
Within 3 miles?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be many.
That's right. I don't have time to mine them anyways. That's fair.
As you finish your final question,
Yeah.
the eagle flaps its wings
World of Warcraft.
and flies off. And you, again, I would say you weren't paying attention to the fact that Emerald has relinquished the name that he was not so forthright with.
I'll just point in the direction of the celestial force. Be like, we're headed that way.
Yes, we are. What about all of you? May I ask why you are all bringing yourself here now? Unless you are all being truthful. Again, I apologize for holding back information. We did not talk about it openly.
Our friend who passed away summoned one of this creature's acolytes. And
No, the creature itself.
Summoned him.
it was the creature itself.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was straight up that unicorn.
Well, summoned him. And
How does...
Through chance, his magics revealed this creature to us. It aided us briefly in battle and told us to come find them here on this island.
I would say I'm surprised, but also you all must have a very... I don't know. The threads of fate work in mysterious ways. If you say by chance it was summoned, it was meant to be.
Perhaps the fates wanted to show us the unicorn in that moment.
it seems our aims are aligned. And whether we are doing so on purpose or by simply being fate touched, we are in some ways enacting its will on its enemies.
Wow.
I am a servant of the forest goddess Maliki.
And I am an enemy of Malar and all it represents.
Well, as I am very involved in this forest myself. My thicket resides just a little ways north of where you're being left off. I would say, I think our paths, once we separate, will probably cross again.
Your people and the unicorn are allies?
We are? It is always good to have such a powerful and good creature on your side.
Yes, I would agree.
My people wish this land to be returned to us, to all of us. We've seen what the mainland has done to it.
Well, like as not, we are apparently driven towards cleansing some of that evil. If by necessity or by survival, it doesn't matter.
Well then, again, fortune favors us as our paths did cross. It seems that those threads of fate have once again plucked the strings and led you to me.
Yes.
But for now, let us sleep once again. We will be there within the day, most likely before the sun reaches the highest point. But for now, let us sleep. I need to rest. As he does, he kind of says his goodnights, turns over, and kind of curls up into his pack. And I think at that point, we're going to call it. We'll pick up in the morning at the next episode. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.
Hello, adventurers. Dix here. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Swordcast Adventures. Be sure to check out our website, www.swordcastadventures.com, for maps and extra content from our episodes. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Swordcast, and you can also follow me on my new Twitter handle at JustTheDix. If you were into even more bonus content, you can go to patreon.com/theswordcast, where you can donate just a little bit of money each month to start getting more exclusive content that you can only get there. And speaking of more content, don't forget to tune in to the Swordcast Adventures plays Waterdeep Dragon Heist, where every other Wednesday I get to sit on the other side of the screen and take our cast on a raucous journey through the City of Splendors. You can watch our next episode of that at 7:30 p.m. Pacific on September 25th at twitch.tv/swordcastadventures. You can also watch me play as Maladrak, the honor-bound paladin, every Tuesday night at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on Pungeons Planeswalkers at twitch.tv/pungeonsanddragons. Also make sure to check out my new DM advice podcast, Help Action, where myself and 3 other DMs sit down every other week and spend our turn giving you advantage on your role-playing experience by answering your questions about D&D. Thank you again for tuning in. The next episode of the Swordcast Adventures will be released Monday, October 7th. That's all for now, and thanks again for listening.